Peace, 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 peace.
Welcome, y'all. It's Thursday.
It is
Thursday. It's Thursday.
Hey, Mrs. Harris.
Hey, Mister. How you doing?
I'm good. What's popping?
Good. You looking nice.
Thank you. You
How
as
y'all
well,
doing out there?
as
though?
usual.
Thank you.
What's up, everybody? Hope everybody doing good.
Trying something new, so
we
pop
are,
on in.
We are blasting off on a fresh streaming platform.
Sending those
So,
love and abundance shouts outs.
Let's see what's going on out here. Shout out to my brother M. Jones on the check-in.
Welcome,
Let's
welcome.
go ahead and do the pleasantries. Hope everything is good. Yo, throw a 5 in the chat if we sound good. We sound clear. Throw a number 5 up there so I know that you here. I didn't even try to rhyme right there. It just came out like that.
Welcome to August.
Word. I'm gonna throw the link up in the chat if anybody want to come in. I just got to make sure everything is on the up and up. There go a 5 right there.
Yes, hello.
Everything's on the up and up.
Y'all know y'all appreciate it.
So what's good out there? What's
Smash
good, Mrs.
that like
Harris?
button.
What's popping with you?
I feel better once they come in and smash that like button.
I know that's right.
I'm feeling good, feeling nice. It was hot today. Had a nice little awesome thunderstorm real quick.
We did real quick.
So we've been saved. Didn't mess up the connection.
Yeah. So let's go ahead. The link is in the chat. I'm going to
feel free.
I am actually going to highlight it. Why do I keep doing that? That's not a highlight. That's not. Is that the chat? That's the chat.
New stream.
Yeah.
Working it out over here.
Let's go ahead and exchange the pleasantries.
Welcome, y'all.
Hey, Andrea's in the chat.
Hey, Miss Andrea's in the building.
Mr. Jones is in the chat. I'll go ahead and send the link out in a minute. But I'm not sure if y'all seen the thumbnail this week, but the title is, What Does an Apology Look Like? And, we just going to have a little bit of fun. We got some fun videos and some screens to share.
It definitely looks different to different people.
Right. And just have a good conversation about that. But we are definitely going to address a lot of current events and things going on around and about. But the main meat is going to be, what does an apology look like? So think about that, y'all. What does an apology look like to you specifically in general? Mrs. Harris, apologies. What do they look like to you? Andrea
Kiss my butt.
Hey. What's good, people? Shout out to everybody checking in on Facebook. Let me pop in over there so I can let y'all know who's up in the building with us today.
I need a little kiss my butt.
Okay. You need a little special attention.
With that activity, with that apology.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
But what does an apology look like to you, miss?
To me, an apology looks like changed behavior.
Okay.
Because you saying I'm sorry for whatever behavior I perceived is not enough if the behavior continues.
Okay.
Absolutely. So the changed behavior is it for me.
Okay.
Because I'll appreciate a sorry, but the sign the deal is absolutely changed behavior.
Okay. Shout out to everybody checking in. Peace family from Facebook. We got Teddy on the check-ins. Sophisticated Grizzly Podcast. Y'all go over there, hit the like button too, because they got some really dope conversation.
I was acting up last night.
Last night they was cutting up. It was about polygamy and sharing in regards to relationships. And it was a very fruitful conversation, very entertaining. So shout out to him. Sean is on the check-in. Hey, Sean.
Hey, welcome,
hope all is well. And we having a great conversation tonight. It's going to be entertaining. I had the same problem a couple of hours ago. Wow, that's recent. That's recent, Andrea. Yeah. Let us know.
So people have to experience apologizing every day. It might be a part of your job.
Okay.
Sorry, I can't help you. All
absolutely.
Of that. So
got to be apologetic, remorseful at least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's going to be tonight's topic. And like I said, we definitely going to dive down a little further. But, I always want to break the ice. But it's going to be a serious icebreaker today. Y'all ready for World War III? Mrs. Harris, you ready?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at a screen.
Fired with Harris by it. U.S. military and President Biden himself were against the trip, yet Pelosi decided to go regardless to show support to Taiwan. China is holding 4-day military drills surrounding Taiwan, both by air, sea, and land. This Taiwan's defense ministry described as a military blockade. China also suspended citrus fruit imports and fish products from Taiwan, stating that this was due to pest control and COVID prevention. The president of Taiwan stated that they will not back down. What do you think of Nancy Pelosi's decision to visit Taiwan?
So everybody's aware that Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan, you know, against the wishes of
the commanders
China,
over there,
and so on and so forth, and still went anyway, which can be costly,
to say the least,
further down the line. And I'm not sure how everybody feels about it. She had to change her approach so the person could listen. And that's definitely a skill.
Oh, yes.
To be able to cater to that audience, change that delivery, and get them to accept. So kudos to her for using that tactic.
That's the first step, right? Knowing your audience.
Right. Absolutely. So yeah, that was Nancy Pelosi. And of course, y'all know I don't just play one. I got to give a little bit of background. So let's see somebody else's perspective on the same subject.
If you want to know why Nancy Pelosi is landing in Taiwan despite China threatening war and all this bad stuff, I'm about to tell you. But first, we have to understand why China cares about. Now, aside from China being basically a stone's throw away from China's shore, China sees democracy and Western civilization in general to be counterproductive to economic growth. And Taiwan being a thriving democracy with a female president, the only Asian country to allow gay marriage, etc. China believes this gets out of hand for too long. They're not going to be able to essentially take it over and get them.
I apologize for that echo. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but this is a new platform, so we're still learning it. So let's go ahead and remove them and remove him too. And you're back to us.
Just us.
So let's just unpack the first video, which is Nancy Pelosi going. Do you guys know where Nancy Pelosi is from? If anybody want to type it in the chat.
I didn't. You enlightened me today.
Yeah, I was surprised too. She's from South Baltimore. Shout out to Nancy Pelosi.
Okay.
But yeah, that could be costly down the line. And it could have been avoided. Would love to know what y'all think. Y'all can type it in the chat. But again, that was just the icebreaker. Mrs. Harris, what do you think about Miss Pelosi going over to Taiwan?
I don't know. I mean, in the state that we are in the world,
right?
I would have had to respect those wishes. Okay. As a speaker. What is she? The Speaker of Secretary of State?
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaker of the House.
Don't want you over there. You're causing trouble.
Carolina. Okay. Just Andrea said Carolina. She's from Carolina.
Oh, California.
Oh, California. Okay.
Oh, Nancy Pelosi?
That's
from South Baltimore.
Maybe she's from California.
Oh.
But yeah, I just think it was interesting that it's going to rub people the wrong way and we still do it just because of the time we living in. Things are very
delicate,
absolutely
sensitive.
Absolutely. And just to pour fuel on the fire is kind of puzzling because there's so many different ways we can handle things. And we talk about it all the time on these platforms on how we can handle things different. And, you know, a little more diplomatically as people, but as a country, you know, it seems like we're not moving in that direction. And I can't wait to see what happens next because something's absolutely going to happen next. What do you think, Mrs. Harris?
No, I just hope it's not an act of war. That'll happen. We ain't ready. We're not prepared. Our people aren't prepared. Our civilians aren't prepared.
Okay.
Wouldn't be good for a lot of us.
No doubt.
Only the strong will survive. That's exactly where it's coming.
Okay. Well, yeah, tonight's topic, everybody, is what does an apology look like? In 2022, guys, What does an apology look like? If y'all seen the thumbnail that I have up there, it had Will Smith up there. He was the most recent and most popular apology amongst a lot, because it's always some wrongdoing being done and someone apologizing for it.
Yeah.
So I would love to know what you guys think about Will's job in doing his apology to Chris Rock. And also, what does an apology look like to you nowadays? Because to me, depending on who's giving the apology, it looks different. Sometimes an apology looks like, I'm sorry for what I did, but you made me do it. And I think that's not the best way to apologize. It's not the classic way. And I just think that in an apology, it's a component, and it's not something that you can tell initially.
Okay.
I think an apology personally is long-term. Me personally.
Like I said, change behavior, right?
Right, absolutely. And there's not anything that you can see immediately.
Right.
So you guys let me know, is an apology something that, you know, can be seen as short or long-term? Because if the apology lies in your actions, it's going to take a little bit of time for us to see where your actions lie.
Right.
Oh, shout out to Sis. Hey, Sis. Red Lipsticks Vibes in the building, everybody. Y'all go over there, hit the subscribe and the button and the bell and everything over there, because it's always a dope vibe over there, always a positive vibe. She had to get OG Dad some food cooked up. Right. So shout out to you for doing that.
Make sure the belly is full.
Here. We will be here. We put the link in the chat. I believe it's at the top. And if anybody needs it, just let us know. When I changed my behavior today, the person apologized to me. So Andrea put the mirror up. Like, take a look. She reworded, reframed, and said, maybe take that.
Take that.
Like Puffy, take that, take that.
It's true.
And it just, you know, made him do a 180. So do you find that to be effective in the way you apologize, Mrs. Harris? Is it the sincerity? Is it the tone? Is it the wording?
An apology, especially, you know, an apology that has a reflection on your behavior that may have caused whatever, you know, someone will notice that.
Okay.
You know, they may humble themselves knowing that you're reflecting on yourself as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Oz chimed in. He said, if the apology is genuine, there should not be a but. That means you're justifying your wrongdoing. That's a great point. We're going to revisit that. We are going to revisit that point. Hey,
that
Nick.
butt can cause a stir.
Is it a little butt or a big butt?
Any butt.
Ooh. A BBL?
Any butt.
Damn.
In an apology.
Damn.
It takes away from the apology.
Okay. Okay. It makes sense. Hey, Nick. Nick checking in.
Hey.
What up, Nick?
Hello.
Y'all check out Nick is the Night. Dope creator. Dope content. Don't be shy. Hit that like button. What does an apology look like in 2022, guys? All right, let's get into it. Y'all know how we get down. Pour something. Cheers to you. Mrs. Harris, what's an apology? It's right there on the screen. What is that?
An apology is a regretful acknowledgement of an offense or failure. Regretful acknowledgement.
That's an operative word.
Of an offensive or failure.
Got to be regretful.
Offense, not offensive.
Okay. Let's keep going. An apology is a very bad or inadequate example of something. Look at this poor excuse for an umpire. He is an apology of an umpire. He's terrible. Is he even watching the game? What did he see? That was a strike.
That's another way.
Is there a proper or an improper way to apologize, Mrs. Harris?
Oh, man. like the brother said, the lack of genuineness,
right?
And the butt.
Ooh, big old
old butt in between there.
How can I join the video? Let me send you the link real quick, man. I got you, brother.
Yeah, you put it in the chat before the live started. They said no.
They said no. You can't do that. All right, let's see. So let's go ahead and share a video while I send my brother the link. And we're going to start out nice and slow for y'all.
Nice and slow.
Then we're going to ease into it. All right, let's do it.
I'm sorry or I apologize does not make something a complete and authentic and thorough apology. To be a true apology, it has to contain the following four elements. First, an acknowledgement of the offense that was committed. Second, a full acceptance of responsibility for what was done. Third, a sincere expression of remorse and a commitment not to repeat the same behavior. And fourth, an offer to make someone whole for the losses that they've suffered or to repair the damage that's been done.
Wow.
How'd that sound?
That sounds real good.
Now that's how you apologize.
We got all four under wraps.
Okay.
Most people do the step one.
All right. They don't get to the other steps.
Might need to see that one again, because it comes with more than just saying.
Let's do it.
Simply saying I'm sorry or I apologize does not make something a complete and authentic and thorough apology. To be a true apology, it has to contain the following four elements. First, an acknowledgement of the offense that was committed. Second, a full acceptance of responsibility for what was done. Third, a sincere expression of remorse and a commitment not to repeat the same behavior. And fourth, an offer to make someone whole for the losses that they've suffered or to repair the damage that's been done.
Okay. Teddy popped up. He said, absolutely. He agrees. And again, you have to have some regret in there. I think the wording was a regretful acknowledgement. And in all of those things he described was remorse. It was regret, sincerity.
And the commitment to not do it again.
Let's see. Andrea checked in. She said, I think the lack of understanding of why you apologizing sometimes gets past people. Absolutely, because they're not articulating it. I'm sorry, damn, is different from I'm sorry for the way that I was talking to you. Stating why you're sorry, what you did, acknowledging that it's you. It's all you.
Right. I'm sorry for criticizing your efforts.
Absolutely.
Not noticing.
Yeah, my man doing wedding stuff. Shout out to wedding stuff. That's right.
Yes.
Got to get that done. Congratulations.
Snuggles
in the building. What up, Snugs?
Welcome.
Is good. Does America ever apologize? Does Europe ever apologize? If they did, who did they apologize to? Was the apology accepted? And if not accepted, what next? So yeah, I think it's very hard for America, Europe, on such a grand scale to do a classic apology like what we word with regret in there, because they're not regretful.
You had to go there to get here.
Absolutely not. That's
their mindset.
Just let's see, echo. Is it still?
Or was it during the video?
Yeah. What was it, the video, or was it us speaking? Because the video shouldn't have been echoing. I got that on. All of my music is muted, so I should be good. All right, let's talk. What y'all think? Oz checked in. He said, I think before you apologize, you need to recognize your offense, own it, be remorseful, and don't be disingenuous. That's great advice. Just, again, the organicness of it. People can tell when you're genuine or not. And a true apology has to have a level of organicness to it. Has to be genuine. Or else the actions that's going to be coming further down the line are not going to line up. And it's going to be very confusing to the person that you apologize to, because I put up here, in my opinion, apologies are long term. It's not just I'm sorry and you good, because I'm sorry comes with I'm sorry for what I did. And in the future, I'm going to try not to do that anymore. And only the future is going to tell me if you're going to do that.
That's number 3. A commitment to not repeat the same behavior.
Snuggles checked in again. If America is not regretful, if Europe is not regretful, if Africa is not regretful, do you think the person apologizes is usually regretful, or is it because they have a consequence of their action? Again, they're regretful for being caught.
I mean, in the commitment to not repeat it. And then number 4 was you got to make the person whole. You have to make them whole some kind of way. And I don't think they have enough money for that.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, that's a great
if
question.
we want to talk monetarily.
Great question. So let's go to the other side of the spectrum, because we always want to do it the right way. We showed you how to apologize. Let's see how not to apologize.
I just want to let you know how I'm feeling.
I'm sorry if you're feeling that way.
You really hurt my feelings when you said that.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Are you happy now?
Hey, I'm really upset about our conversation earlier.
Yeah, I could have, but it's not my fault that you're sensitive and you can't take a joke.
I don't appreciate how you spoke to me earlier.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can we move on now?
That was an apology. Did you guys still hear the echo? Y'all let me know.
Let us know.
I want to play it one more time. Let's see what we got.
I just want to let you know how I'm feeling.
I'm sorry if you're feeling that way.
You really hurt my feelings when you said that.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Are you happy now?
Hey, I'm really upset about our conversation earlier.
Yeah, I could have, but it's not my fault that you're sensitive and you can't take a joke.
I don't appreciate how you spoke to me earlier.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can we move on now?
Wow. That was an apology. Y'all let me know if y'all heard that apology, what y'all think of it. Mrs. Harris, what did you think of that apology?
It didn't seem genuine. She didn't mean it. That's how I would have took it. It sounds familiar.
Okay.
Been there.
She spent it around a lot on the other person.
Mm-hmm.
And is that frustrating as the
absolutely.
other person?
Yes. I mean, and it's frustrating to do it because I'm not holding myself accountable in that. I got to take responsibility for my behavior.
Absolutely.
Versus shaming you for receiving me or perceiving me the way you did. So,
no doubt.
It wasn't genuine.
I got you. Shout out to Tanya for checking in.
Welcome.
Facebook crew is on the pop in. We are talking about apologies tonight, y'all. And I want to know, in 2022, what does an apology look like? Again, in my opinion, depending on who's making the apology, it can look different. In some cases, it can be very genuine. But in some cases, it can be, matter of factish, which is a little uneasy for me, because I used to be that person. I used to be that, I apologize and made you feel like that. But those are your feelings. And it might not be the best way to word it. It might not be the most sincere, organic. It might not seem organic. No matter how organic it is, it may come off different because it could be worded different. Approach, delivery. So I believe all of those things play a part, but at the same time, can it be the way I apologize? I apologize. You know, we live in this world where everyone's an individual, and this is how I apologize. But before you answer that, let's take a look at this. I want you to think about it for a second. And we're gonna play one more. And nobody checked in to let me know if it was an echo. So I'm gonna play another video. Y'all let me know.
You share the link in the chat too.
If there is an echo. I tried to put it in the chat right there. Group. Let's try it again. Right, but it doesn't show up.
Well, copy it and then go to chat. Oh, you can't put it in like that.
Right.
It doesn't show you.
This is the chat. See, it's asking me what do I want, who do I want to chat with? I want to chat with the whole group. So I'll put it in there. And I don't even see it to highlight it.
For where you was in the comments, there's no way to chat.
There's no way. Help me understand what you're saying.
Comments, where the people
No, it's just chat.
Okay.
Absolutely. That was an apology.
That was not an apology.
That was terrible.
Yeah, it was. She was a horrible mother-in-law.
She said a lot about what she did inside of her apology. Not herself, the other party.
Yes. No, she didn't apologize for nothing. She criticized that woman.
So how can it be an apology when you're not addressing the other person, except in a negative fashion? Let's see what sis think. Let's add sis to the chat. Shout out to Red Lipstick Vibes for coming through.
Pulling up and popping in.
Hey sis.
Sorry for apologizing.
How you doing?
I'm sleepy.
Feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling better. I still got a little bit of the remnants of the hives, but I'm better now though. I slept a lot today.
That's
good.
Well, get your rest.
Absolutely.
Rest up.
It's important.
And today we're talking about apologies. What does an apology look like? And I apologize that you have to be sick right now.
I know.
But you know, we get through it and we keep pushing. So how was your week and what do you think about the topic tonight?
Interesting topic. Especially with the whole, I saw the Will Smith thing.
Okay.
And a lot of people are talking about, you know, his apology wasn't sincere, or you know, people apologize in different ways, and it may not be the way that you want to apologize, but it's the only way they know how to apologize. Like you know, like in this clip that you just saw, it could be her apologizing, but it's, you know, because like my mom was like that too. She would apologize but be like condescending a little bit. Or she would make it into something else, like make it just weird. I can't explain it, but it was her way of apologizing, but yet like throwing a dagger at the same time. You know. But like, I'm apologizing to you, but I'm still right. You know, that kind of thing.
No doubt. Shout out to mom. But yeah, like you said, we all apologize different. So, but I do think there is a proper way to apologize. We showed a clip where a guy, he listed 4 components to an apology.
I don't think people really know that. It's like they didn't know the 7 levels of consciousness.
Got you.
And, you know, literacy. So we're just taught to say, I'm sorry.
And keep pushing from there.
And keep pushing. Right.
I don't know. I think we know, but we fail to recognize that a proper apology is what someone deserves. And if we can fly by with a half-assed one, we'll do that. Because if I did something wrong to you, Nikki, I punched you in your nose, I got to say I'm sorry for punching you in the nose. I'm not sorry for screwing up your taxes.
Right. Gotta be specific.
Right. And then, you know, if there's anything I could do for you to help you, get you some ice or a bandage or some tissue, I'll do that to show you that it's organic. But when I go, you know, I'm sorry, like you was mouthing. So that happens. That's not very organic. And I think we all know that it's not. But I think depending on who we're apologizing to, and I think that's why I said, depending on who the apology is coming from, we know you're a pushover. We know you'll take a half-ass apology and let me keep on doing what I was doing. I changed for a week.
Right. You get to
and
learn.
right back to what it was. Again, that's why, you know, I said, I think an apology, in my opinion, is long-term. It's no short-term apology. Yeah, you sorry. Okay. We'll
1,
see.
2, 3. Yeah.
We'll
four may be hard. You may not be able to ever bring somebody to whole. So, you know, it's kind of an unrealistic expectation. They might harbor that whatever you did for the rest of their life. So it's something, you know, nothing you can do to some degree with the apology, even to change behavior.
I don't
like,
see.
Okay.
Free Brittany, I don't see you. Where are you, Free Brittany?
Free Brit.
Why you didn't pop up, Free Brittany? I see you in the chat. I see you in the chat, but where you at?
Come on up, Free Brittany.
Come on up. We get you out best we can.
What's this? New shit?
Yeah.
Try something new.
Should have came right in.
I see. I'm trying to see what's going on.
It's not
interesting. No, not at all. You guys haven't glitched yet.
There you go. We ain't froze. There you go.
I don't like to say that. I can't put no avatar up though.
No,
I didn't see that. I didn't see it.
Let me see. We got an avatar. Yeah, we got an avatar.
Avatar. Let me do mine.
I think it has to be a certain size because I was trying to.
It didn't give me an option at all to even do it.
It don't want to play with you yet. It got to get to know you first.
I know. I was telling this. I was like, I was going to try this one too. I was like, okay, well, I'll let y'all play with it before I buy it.
You was finding something.
Yeah. Shout out to Evie Mux. See what they see.
12 people on here.
See what they working with.
So you can't fit that many on StreamYard. I didn't.
10.
No, you only can do 10.
All right, 5.
10. Let's see. Invite. Let's do this.
Welcome.
Let's do this.
I sent some in the messenger. Andrea, I think I sent it to your IG.
Messenger. I am going to share a screen real quick. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And
Brother Oss, I sent it to your messenger.
Video. All right, sis. Let's do this. How about bam? Go with my man right here. Come on, my man.
Apologize like a mature adult. One, own it. Yes. Take responsibility. 2, actually say the words, I am sorry. I apologize. And 3, do not apologize for their feelings. If you ever find yourself saying things like, I'm sorry if you feel this way, or I'm sorry if I hurt you. No, you're the reason I'm making this video, because what you need to be saying is, I'm sorry for what I said. I'm sorry for what I did. Now that's apologizing like a grown-up. Follow for more.
I feel attacked.
Okay, my man, unstoppable.
Was it echoing, sis?
When you turned your mic off, it stopped.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, he said apologize like a grown-up. Own it.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're saying, how it's gonna affect me emotionally for me to respond.
Right.
So now you're apologizing because my emotions weren't what you expected. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I do.
So, I get that.
Shout out to Knowledge and Relationships on the check-in. Hey, M3. Yes, this is Evie Mux. And yeah, I get it too.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely, again, that's where I think that's where the sincerity comes in at. I think that's where you know that it's really true. Yeah. They own it. They're not ashamed to say, I'm sorry for hurting you. I'm sorry for yelling. I'm sorry for whatever. How can I make it right? When they don't come to you and want to know, how can I make it right? It's like, yeah, I'm sorry. You good? We good? Yeah. Can we get back to the normal routine?
Unless the person is specific, like you said, and they apologize specifically for a specific behavior. So, now you're looking to see if that behavior is going to be repeated. It'll be sincere if the behavior is not repeated.
Y'all let me know what y'all think. Shout out to Diamond checking in.
I just put the link in the chat, guys.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sis.
Thank you.
Bam. Link is up in the chat.
Bam.
Shout out to Red Lips Vibes. Where the vibes in the keyboard is always positive.
Mm-hmm. And informative.
Shout out to Jenny on the check-in. How you doing? Hope all is well. How was your week? And what do you think an apology looks like in 2022? And let me see. Do I have a banner I want to put up? I think I do. I think it says, is the apology for the offender or the offended? Who's the apology for? Is it making me feel better because I was man enough to apologize? Or is it for the person who I offended to make them feel better, to make them feel at ease? I'm going to let Miss Andrea up. Hey, Miss Andrea, hope all is well.
Hello.
How you guys doing today?
Welcome to the stage.
You know what? I just had that same problem today with a friend of mine. And he hurt me. And I didn't need to argue back because what he thought was that I was going to cuss him out, give him all this pushback. I didn't do that. I was like, it is what it is. I ain't got no hard feelings. But my girls had my back. They let him know that it happened. And they told him what happened. He had thought I was going to come back on my live and attack him and be disrespectful and go off. Now, the old Andrea would do that. But the new Andrea don't think it's that important to do that anymore. So I did go live. I said how I felt. And I didn't have to use cuss words. I spoke how I felt. And he looked at it. He apologized to me. And I respect him for that. And there's no hard feelings. But sometimes I have to change my approach.
Okay.
And so I'm grateful that he thought that he's a good person, but he just didn't hear what I had to say that and didn't think about what I was saying. And then he apologized and I respect him for that. And I didn't even have any hard feelings for it. But as I look back, I could have said other things, but I didn't say it because sometimes it ain't always necessary. Let him see his own actions. And I'm proud of myself. This is the one time in my life that I didn't go off on nobody. I'm proud of myself because after I watched that live, I was a little mad. I was disappointed. But I'm proud of myself that I'm in a different level in my life. I'm older now. And the baggage that I used to carry, I don't got to carry no more.
No doubt.
So the piece that I have today is I'm better for it. Piece that I have today is I'm better that I can explain how I felt, explain disappointment in you and he was. And then he said he apologized. And he said that he never wanted me to feel that way.
No doubt.
And all I could do for him is say, I thank you. I appreciate you understanding where I'm coming from. And I think we as human, I think sometimes we apologize too much, too early. Sit back. My therapist used to tell me this back when I used to go to her. She always used to say, sit back, reflect, and think about it. Give 2 days. Because, I ain't gonna lie. Me and my girlfriend go round and round. I love our best to death. We used to have cussing matches. And my therapist said this. She said, before you think what you say And before you're ready to give up on a relationship, give up on people, and before you get mad and be angry and give somebody the business, think about what you're saying, because you don't want to go back and have to apologize. So now I reflect. Before I'll say this. She gave me like trigger words. So I say is, let's table this conversation until the next day. Let me think about what I'm going to say to you before I get mad and have to apologize. So I don't do any madness conversation anymore. I just I said, let me think about what I'm going to say, because I know I got to get off this phone call because I'm going to say something make you mad and make me mad. So I have to.
That's something that's hard for people to stop and reflect and say, listen, let's pick this back up tomorrow. Right. Because we're getting nowhere. You're getting hot. I'm getting hot. And then some people don't want to walk away from it. They want to do it right now. They just want to control the situation. So that's good. That's a mature move to be able to, check yourself and try to discuss it the next day.
Jenny checked in.
I'm a girl. I still got the moments. I still like, I'm ready. Let's go.
Absolutely. Jenny checked in. She said the apology is for the offended to recognize that you took a misstep. Forgiveness is for self to release you from the burden of guilt. No doubt.
And I think that's what Will Smith is doing. I listened to his apology. I think he is reflecting on what he did, and he, even if Chris don't accept his apology, he's releasing all that and saying, "Look, I done my part." And that's all you can do is do your part. If that person don't forgive you, you have to move on and understand that you done the best you could with this apology. And if they don't forgive you, that's on them. That's not on you anymore.
No doubt.
You have released that.
Snuggle said, what does the beginning stages of bad behavior look like? And what do you all consider bad behavior? Okay, let's unpack Jenny's statement first. Do you think the apology is for the offender or the offended, sis? What you think, Red Lipsticks Vibes? Or is it for both?
I keep mute. It's for both.
Okay.
It's yeah. Do you want me to go into it, or are you going?
No, that's fine.
I think it's for both people. Yeah, it's for both. Oftentimes people apologize. Okay, let me say it like this. Sometimes people apologize just to get the guilt off of them.
Okay.
And then you have people apologizing because they want the other person to feel better or to heal the other person. But then you have times where it's healing for both of you. So sometimes it's both.
No doubt. I agree. I think it's a like a tug of war almost. I think it's a perfect meet in the middle type situation, or a kiss. When they say you want to lean in a little further than the other, just the dynamic. I think if you're willing to apologize from an organic place, and you're willing to accept, willing to listen, I think that's where, the perfect storm can happen for a true and organic apology. And Karma's checking in. She said hello to everybody. Peace, Karma.
Sis. Welcome,
Hope you are well. So I'm glad Miss Andrea brought up Will Smith and that whole thing, because I'm going to play a clip and I want to talk to y'all about his apology, and let's see what we all think. So let's go ahead and get started.
One in the world didn't watch it.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
What you think, Red Lipstick's vibes? Okay. Just Andrea, what you think?
I think I was on mute. So.
Okay. I thought it was good. I thought that he said when he tried to apologize and get Chris to talk to him, and he said when Chris is ready to talk, he'll be open to talk to him. That's all he can do is leave the communication open. So when Chris is ready, nobody said Chris had to be ready. Chris is going to be ready in his own due time. But Will is saying is when he's ready, I'm ready to have that communication and open line communication, talk to him. No, I do. I think it's the apology was sincere. Yes, I do. I think Will have took time to reflect on his behavior. I think the world has been on top of his shoulders. I believe everybody is looking at him in a different way that we never looked at him before. And the pressure that he had to go through for what he did. I mean, he already been punished enough, and he already to me, in a sense, he felt like he felt like the whole Black community was not happy with him, what he did. So the pressure of coming back with this apology, it took months off to reflect and see his behavior. That's just me.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay. I was probably muted when I expressed what I said.
What did you say?
I didn't think it was adequate. I would have wanted to hear him say, I apologize for smacking you in your face versus apologizing just for his behavior.
Okay.
You know, I respect that he came to the forefront now. He's reflecting, but it's kind of taken away what he did. He physically assaulted this man, and he could have absolutely went to jail for that. You know, that was on Chris to not press charges, so he's lucky that didn't happen. You know, he got money. He probably would have got a slap on the wrist because of who he is, but you know, assault is assault. I don't care who you are. And he deserved the backlash from the Black community because that's something that we wouldn't expect from Will Smith.
Okay.
So, you know, that's just my opinion.
Okay. Sure. Red Lipsticks, what you think?
Yeah, I'm with sis. It sort of sounds mechanical, his apology. You know, PR person probably wrote that for him, you know. Okay. Again, I'm like sis, you know, it wasn't personable. It was more, let me get this out, you know, out in the public because everybody's saying why you ain't apologize yet.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha.
I mean, that's just me. That's how I feel about it.
For me, the most how do I say this? The point that stuck out for me was when he said, I reached out to him, but he's not ready. I think that kind of presents, in an apology, it presents you on a higher pedestal than the person that you're apologizing to. When you tell somebody, I tried to do this, that, and the other, and they didn't, they weren't, they ain't, they not, they seem like they're lower. You seem like you're more generous. You're extending the olive branch. You're not taking.
He's making him look like the bad guy.
Take me out, America. I'm extending the olive branch to him. I reached out to him. He don't want to talk to me right now because I'm the bigger person.
And that's a wrong of the person who did the offending.
It's narcissistic.
You know, absolutely.
Is what it is.
You can't tell me how to respond
in my opinion.
Or when, or you know.
You don't think of it as he's saying that. I mean, I do agree, but you don't think of it, he's saying that. Look, I don't think that Will think he's a bigger person than Chris. He's the offender. So my thing is, if Chris don't want to, Chris could take 2 years if he wants to talk to Will because he has that right because he didn't do anything wrong. So by Will saying I reached out, I still want to have a conversation with him. Isn't that an olive branch to say I'm really trying to get this right? I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, no, it is. Absolutely.
Well, it's an olive branch, but the olive branch got poo-poo on it. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay. Right.
Because who was his apology for? Was it for Chris, or was this apology for the public? Because if this apology was for Chris, I would have never even mentioned the fact that I reached out to him and he denied me. Why would you say that? That's nobody's business but between you and Chris.
Okay, I get.
So who was this apology actually for? Was it for the people that kept saying it's been months now and you ain't apologized for what you did to him on that stage? Why haven't you apologized? Your wife said something, your children said something, his people said something, but you ain't say nothing. Who was this apology really for?
Okay,
so it may be an olive branch, but it got some bird shit on it. Okay.
Ooh, okay. I see. Okay, cool. Okay, I agree with that. I
think they're really more sincere when you're really specific about the offense. You know, that's like a bad father. I'm just, just sorry I wasn't around. No, you should be sorry for not being able to protect me, teach me, guide me, nurture me, teach me about men and boys. There's a lot. Specifics versus, I'm sorry, I couldn't be there, my life. And that's not sincere.
Let's keep going with Will. Let's see what he says next.
Apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did. And, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did. And, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize. I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man. This is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults.
Well,
y'all on mute. I can't hear you, brother. Are y'all on mute?
Yeah, I was reading the comment. And sorry about that. If a man apologizes to another man and reiterate that he slapped him in the face, do you think he will take it as an apology, or he will be more insulted with the memory of him being slapped?
That's the ego.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's ego.
Yeah.
If you were insulted by the slap, you would have hauled off and punched his ass back. So, I don't care
it's more about when you say what you did, it's more about you taking accountability for what you did. But you're not smoothing over it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And I think when I apologize to you, Just Andrea, I apologize to you. I don't say I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Red Lipsticks too, because I was on the podcast. Yes. Because she was there too. Nikki's really nice, and she didn't deserve to hear me going off like that inside of that little square that I was. No, the apologies for you, Just Andrea. Just you.
Exactly.
I'm sorry for what I did to you. I know it made you feel bad, and in the future, I will not do that to you. And is there anything that I can do to make it right with you?
Yeah,
that's what he said. Not sorry to your mom.
Right, to the brother, to the mama, to the cousin.
I think he apologized to the mom and Tony Rock because they came out like check this out. Tony Rock was like, next time you think you gonna put your hands on somebody, put them on me, he'll be old. So I think he apologized because they came out vocal. They came out.
That goes back to what I said, the olive branch with the poo-poo on it. Yeah. He apologized because other people was coming down his throat.
Yes.
Including Rock's family.
Yeah.
So that's why he apologizing.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
A lot of them.
But what is the purpose human beings apologize to each other? Is it because of genuine or is it because of consequences? It's a great question, Snuggles. If someone never accepts your apology, then what? You apologize again. Oh. If you did them wrong, what do you guys think? That's a great question. If someone doesn't accept your apology, where do we go from there? Red lipstick vibes.
You apologize. They don't accept it. You did your part. Walk away. Wash your hands of it. I did my part.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they don't accept it, that's on them. Well, once you hand it off, and they throw it to the ground, that's on them.
Yeah.
But you are clear on your side. Your heart and mind is clear. I did what I felt I needed to do. And if they don't accept it, that's on them.
Yeah, because you can't. I feel like this. Once you apologize, you can't keep going back and revisit this and over and over. And I think that doesn't work. Doesn't work well. So once you apologize, you release it, let it go. You move on and change your behavior and do better. But not keep. I'll be honest. If I apologize and say I'm sorry to you, and then you want me to keep talking about it, you want me to keep rehashing it. I'm good. I apologize. I'm moving on. I'm be better for it.
Okay.
But keep rehashing it does not help the situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
And I think I do too.
Yeah.
At first I would think apologize again, but it may be intrusive and they're just not ready. So you might want to back off. It was for the public, obviously. Karma checked in. Karma also said he reached out, wasn't with it yet, but he had to be sure we knew where he stood on things. Okay, so public.
We knew where he stood on things. Don't talk about his mother
If a
effing
white
wife.
police officer calls you the N-word while on duty, would you accept the apology after? That's a different type of an offense, though.
Yes.
That's a great question, but he's a professional. You should be. He definitely shouldn't be acting in that fashion.
He should have a level of understanding that that's disrespectful at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Should definitely have a level of discipline.
True.
I'm waiting for Chris to apologize too. Shout out to B Nizzle on the check-in. What up, B9?
Hey, B9.
He said, howdy all.
Right.
Howdy do.
Let me give a PSA to the men too.
Yeah, please
don't try to be mind readers.
Okay.
Because for him to look over at his wife and feel like she said with a look to go up and smack somebody, assault them physically, especially the people that they are, to assume or think that's something that she wants you to do.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Protect her honor and her name.
I have a different take on that. Y'all don't,
and I have this take because for years we've been watching these award shows and these comedians host them, and they everybody, they roast everybody. So what the hell? They jade us so different, and this is why I'm upset with the ladies because he shouldn't have been talking about his wife, but they talk about everybody. Y'all don't watch these shows. They are horribly critical. And he didn't say anything that was harsh, brash, called her out a name, anything like that. So, for him to feel as though, or people assume that, his wife gave him the look to go and do something, y'all not mind readers. Look over and ask me, you want me to go fuck that nigga up?
Okay.
That's something different. Versus
I'm not saying that her mind, her spirit told him, but the look that she did give him was like, it's gonna be on if when we get home tonight and you're gonna hit my mouth. So I'm just saying, is it possible that you can't get your man that looking like, oh, it's gonna be on when we get to the house?
It's possible, absolutely. But you know, for who they are, time and the place, everything. It wasn't the time. They ain't in the hood. They not us.
It's true.
You know, and that's how I look at it.
Right.
To that point, you must have some discipline. Especially here in America, they look at us like that. Will Smith and Chris ain't never been in nothing like that. You understand? So for him to get up there, grown man, the way we feel about Will, I don't know about y'all, but he was like up here. You know, his music don't contain a whole bunch of rap words, positive brother. You know, so to see him do that, it's like, nah.
Okay.
No look shouldn't do that. If I have to instruct you as your wife, that's something different. You know what I mean?
Understandable.
I got one of the Delilahs.
After Jada rolled her eyes, did
let's keep going.
Ooh,
I'm so glad that you said that. Nikki is right on time. Let's go ahead. Let's keep.
After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, you know, I made a choice on my own from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe.
So he just answered your question.
Absolutely.
Child, I'm so over them. Okay.
When everybody was discussing it, you know, it was a lot of
right. No, absolutely.
Or even guys saying, you know, if my wife gave me a look like that, you know, but we assume a lot from a look. Like he said, that look didn't tell him to do that. That's something he did himself.
Okay. But y'all got anybody else?
I just disagree. I believe that look said it all. I feel like that look was like, it's gonna be, if you're gonna let him say something about me like that, I mean, as your wife, that look said something to me.
I mean, it was a look. It definitely was a look.
I just don't think what he said was offensive. So, you know, that's all on perception for each individual. You know, like I said, they're comedians. This is what they do. So I didn't see it while it was happening. You know, we all saw it the next day. We didn't watch the awards show, but this is something they're known to do. So if you want to look back and reflect on some of the people, they say some horrible comedy.
Yeah, they do.
Personal, you know.
I think the look was just pure. I'm annoyed by what he just said.
Right.
That's all.
It was a look.
It was a look.
We think about Will's character. Like, is he pop off? Is he that? Is he DMX? You know what I mean? Where, you know, that's his character. Like, if somebody disrespects me, you gonna jump off and beat them up. Like, I don't know. That's
I would have never thought that he would do that. To me personally, I did thought that he was gonna go up there and have a conversation with him and say, "Hey, man, don't be saying that." I didn't think it was gonna be a hit or anything. I thought he was gonna whisper something in his ear and say, "Hey, man, don't do that. That's disrespectful." But when I see that, I'm like, "Wait a minute, we don't go a little too far now." But you know,
I thought it was a skit. Go ahead,
Jenny checked in. She said he's still protecting her and his marriage. He wasn't going to throw her under the bus, but we all know the looky eyes.
Yeah, I agree with Jenny.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that it was a look. We're not saying she looked at him with the go motion. We just saying her demeanor, her reaction kind of put him in motion, and that's defending her honor, like Nikki was saying. But let's keep listening. He said we way off, so you know. Come on, Will.
And say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, you know, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. You know, it happened on Questlove's award, and you know, it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient.
I still think he's grasping what he did. I still think that it is a level of trying to understand what he did and the level of understanding of embarrassing himself in front of the peers that he worked with.
Okay.
So I still think he's grasping that concept, and he caused heat to his family too. So his own kids had to come and defend their father. So that I think is grasping the whole concept of what happened. And I'm not discarding Chris's feelings, Chris's kids, Chris's family. I'm not discarding none of that. But I still think that both are in trauma over it. Not only what Will did, but what Chris the family had to endure too.
Okay,
that's true. That's true. I wish he would have just kept it separate.
Yes,
because I'm sure his family already received their apologies. I don't know if he really needed to go on public and apologize to his family in public. He didn't need to do that. That should have stayed focused on Chris.
True.
And just keep it there, and he can, apologize for ruining everybody's night.
Yes.
Because it wasn't just Questlove. He ruined everybody's night by his behavior.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Red, what you think?
Well, sister said it. Yeah, I agree with sister said. It should have been kept on Chris. All the mother peoples, you could have did another apology towards them. Well, you should have called them and apologized to them, or send a letter, some flowers, smoke signals. I don't know.
Hit him on Messenger.
The whole thing should have been kept on Chris the whole time.
Yeah. Well, you guys, I gotta go, but thank you for letting me come up on your stage.
Okay, thank you for joining us. Shout out to Just Andrea. Y'all check her out over her Chef Chaputo and Victor Freeze got dope content over there.
Go get her subscriptions up too.
Hit that like button and pop in. The link is in the chat if anybody else wants to come up. And I'm confused. I don't know who the apology is for anymore. I started to get confused in the beginning. Now I'm really confused because it's for his family, somebody's mom, somebody's brother, Questlove, the academy, my peers. I'm so confused because I thought an apology was for a specific person that was done wrong.
A specific offense.
And when it's something other than that, it's really confusing. So let's play the very last one from Will. It's the last part. And let's get that done.
People who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down. So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image.
Me, what y'all think?
I mean, I get that because, we don't know him personally. We feel like we do because we feel like we grew up with him.
Okay.
So to a degree, we have an idea of who he is as a man. We really don't know.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't think he like DMX.
Right.
Look at her.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So
perception.
I have and it shocked me.
Okay.
I thought it was a skit. So, y'all, it's our fault for having this idea of him being this perfect solid dude when I don't care how much money I got some shit going on.
Okay. Understandable. What you think,
I can
Brad?
understand that.
Like you said, it was a whole lot of eyes. Eye here, eye there. It goes back to what we were saying earlier. Who's this apology for? I'm confused. Hey, B9.
Shout out to B9.
Hello again.
What up, Skrilla? Skrilla on the check-in.
Again.
What up, Skrill? Hope all is well, brother. Hey, B9, how you doing, my brother? Hope all is well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's the family doing today?
All is well. All is well, sir.
We all right.
Made it to another Thursday. We are grateful.
We looking like twins. We looking like twins, brother. Got to pull back over there.
So you see the title tonight, B9, is what does an apology look like? And you see Will up there on the screen, and we're just unpacking not only his apology, but other apologies as well. And just seeing what it looks like to people in 2022. And what about you, sir? What does an apology look like to you? And did you see Will's apology? What did you think of it?
I thought that it was fake. I thought, he had his publicists and, and all the powers that be come together, and he's got the money to do that. So I don't begrudge him for using, the capital that he has in his best benefit. But unfortunately, as you know, I don't just jump on women, I jump on behaviors.
Absolutely.
And to be in this position and have to be reactive versus proactive, we see the results of it, irregardless, man, woman, or child, what you have to deal with, the consequences of your actions and the repercussions that come along with it. Now, specific to Will Smith and to anybody else, as far as an apology goes, at least for me, an apology is the beginning, not the end. So I don't accept apologies if they are not sincere. And I know that the apology is not sincere if you are apologizing to dead an issue. If you are apologizing to say that this is the period on the sentence, then it's not an apology. An apology is actually the beginning of a new sentence. So I was listening to what Red Lipstick said earlier, and I agree with her. If somebody doesn't accept your apology, you move on. And the reason that you move on is because the apology really wasn't for them. The apology is really for yourself and your actions and your family name and how you misrepresented that stuff. So if it's a real apology, you will find out from Will Smith's actions moving forward, not off of, I already spoke on it, we're done talking about it, it's a dead issue. As long as Chris Rock wants to talk about it, Will Smith needs to be willing and open to talk about it. If Will Smith is serious about his platform and change, he will use his platform to be the change and the example that he really wants to represent to people. Everybody makes a mistake. I don't begrudge the man for making a mistake. It was a bad mistake and it was bad timing. He's gonna do his time for it. But we'll all find out in the aftermath of his apology if it's sincere or not. And that goes for anybody's apology.
Absolutely. Skrilla checked in. He said, too little, too late. F that, ninja. He's not buying it. But okay, let's bring Will back and finish him up.
Image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
Damn you, Sean. You always get me. I always speak, and then you play something else that just
What's the matter, Beyond?
I mean, you are a piece of shit. You should feel like a piece of shit. You should not run from feeling like a piece of shit. That's the true apology right there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Remorsefulness for your actions. And then when you say we'll be friends again, who the hell are you talking to? Chris Rock or your public or your fans? The one. That's 100% PR move right there. And matter of fact, let me shut up before you play another 20 seconds and make that statement. Shit.
B9. You on mute, sis? You on mute?
Yeah. I was just saying to him behind the scenes that this was an interview. It wasn't like he sat down and said, "Hey,
exactly." I was going to say that
because I didn't watch it. This is all my first time watching the whole thing.
Me too.
You know,
yeah,
with you guys. So, yeah, not the time. He shouldn't have did any interview. He said he's ready to officially handle that and hold himself accountable.
It sounded like an interview. I was going to say that. It sounded like somebody was sitting just asking him questions. And he was just
apologizing and not feel no shame for the behavior is unacceptable. Like, you're supposed to feel ashamed for your behavior.
You should.
Right?
You should. But he said, he's trying not to think of himself as a piece of shit.
You should.
Which would play on the public, right?
The person you offended feels like you're a piece of shit. So, you got to own that.
Exactly.
So let's take a look at some apologies, because I think apologies are just lyrics to the American song. I think people exhibit the worst behavior. They say the worst things, get caught red-handed with their pants down, and then go, I apologize. I am so sorry. That is not me. It does not define who I am. Forget about that. Let's go back to doing business. And it seems like an apology just comes along with, American culture, and we forgive, forget, second chance, all of the stuff that goes along. But what about the behavior?
The number 3 on the 4 list that you gave.
It's very unique. So I want to share a video, and I want to know what you guys think. Let's start with this. Let's get an apology going.
Forcing my teenage daughter to sleep outside in a tent. So I recently joined Instagram. I followed my daughter, and the first video I seen was her bullying a homeless man. Her father had taken her and her teenage friends shopping, and when they came out the store, they seen a homeless man sitting on the curb. My daughter walks up to him, pulls out a wad of money, and hands the man $1. He thanks her. She then demands the $1 back. He handed it back to her. Then she seen the walking cane laying next to him. She said, I'll give you $20 for that cane. He said, no, I need it. She said, you don't need it. You're not disabled. The man said, please leave me alone. My daughter picks the cane up. She begins walking around, pretending like she has a limp, doing circles around the homeless man. All of her friends are laughing hysterically. He asked her to stop several times. She then shoved his cane into a trash can full of trash. She jabbed the cane into an old McDonald's cup that was full of milkshake. When she pulled the cane out of the trash, it was covered in slime and filth. And guys, this is the part where I question, who is my daughter? She begins shoving the filthy cane in his face, demanding he smell it. She had this man in tears. She then threw the cane down next to him and says, here, now it smells like you. Then her father walks out of the store and tells the girls to come on and get in the car. Apparently he had been at the cash register paying for the items the whole time. I was so angry after seeing that video that I had to go outside and take long, deep breaths. I showed it to my husband. He was furious. He was raised by a single mother, and they were often homeless, living on the streets. This is when we realized, by trying to give our child everything we didn't have, we've created a monster. So me and my husband came up with an idea in an attempt to humble our 15-year-old daughter. He got the tent out of the garage. I showed my daughter the video and told her things were about to change. We emptied her room of everything but one outfit, and that was the one she was wearing. We took her house keys. We took her to the tent. I gave her a bottle of water and a peanut butter sandwich and told her she better make it last. No Wi-Fi, no electronics, no makeup, no hair products, no expensive clothes. We stayed up all night long watching the tent to make sure she was okay. The next morning, I asked her how she felt. She said she'd never felt so alone and sad in her life. She was disgusted with her actions. I said, now imagine somebody walking up to your tent and treating you the way you treated him. She just put her head down. I said, you'll never understand what he's going through. Later that day, she said she wanted to go back to the store and see if the man was still there, that she desperately needed to apologize to him. And no, I was not going to force her to apologize to him. That wouldn't do no good. She had to want to apologize. We found him and she hugged him. We got him a hotel room and some food and clothes. I think this changed my daughter's life. She's been volunteering at the homeless shelter, and now she's become a mentor at the foster care center. And she got a part-time job in fast food. But now my mother-in-law says we took it too far by making her sleep in a tent, even after she's seen the video of what her granddaughter did. My mother-in-law said she's just a kid, they make mistakes. So now the in-laws are upset with us, threatening to call CPS. My in-laws said the homeless man shouldn't have been sitting there. They're even making excuses up for my daughter's actions. Am I the a-hole?
Child, F your mother-in-law.
Okay.
You did exactly what you were supposed to do with your children. That's your child. What the devil? I wish you would.
Sis, the devil is a liar.
Absolutely, if it attempted to
Okay.
change.
Got time for these bubblehead jokers around here talking that kind of stuff. That is your child. You taught her a lesson. She learned her lesson, and so and then she went back and apologized because she felt bad. You didn't make her do it. Her heart, her learning her, from her mistakes and experiencing what that man has experienced, allow her to understand, what she did was wrong and go to apologize. Don't be listening to them crazy people. They probably the reason why people act like the way they do now, and they probably some racist. Never mind. Okay,
Yeah. Them yo children.
Yes, no, a great lesson of an apology. She made her feel it to where she organically wanted to go back and hug this man.
She saw that her behavior was
resonate with his struggle, and maybe it was the tent.
Yes.
Maybe it was
she
taken
didn't put
away.
it in front of 7-Eleven.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It was in the backyard.
Okay. He would have apologized when he received his award. Okay. Yeah. If he would have apologized right then, she did the right thing. That's a lifelong lesson she will never forget. Absolutely.
Exactly.
B9, what you got, brother? What you think about that story?
I got a little side note from Miss Ty. We'll talk about this later, but
oh Lord.
Oh yes. Now you just pointed out that don't no parent, grandparent, or whomever tell the parent how to raise their child.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it later, but it just made me think about, parent deciding if you go to your boyfriend's house or your fiance's house or
That's
whatever.
my parent. I didn't say grandparent. That's something totally different.
That was her parent, or that was her husband's parent.
Right.
Right. But the child, you take complete control over.
But she is married and have a family. I am not married.
We'll talk about it.
So, again, that's totally different.
It might be, but it is. Back on topic as far as that goes, not just fuck the parents. I mean, the grandparents, the in-laws, fuck the parents too. Okay. Y'all raised that piece of shit.
She admitted to
they was trying to teach her not to be
Y'all should have been in that damn tent with your daughter.
Oh man.
Your values the same. And see, as a teacher, that shit, it burns me up when we put 100% accountability on a child. Where did that child get those back? Where did the child learn racism from?
What did they say that? I thought they took accountability for that.
He was a bum.
Yeah, I thought they said that.
It wasn't racism.
Now they took, I'm not saying that it was racist. I'm just saying in general, where do we learn all of those negative traits from? Our family members. It happens in the home. We're not born with that.
She probably learned it from her grandparents. You hear them.
Like she said, the child gave them more than what they needed. So they don't appreciate nothing.
This time, I don't give a fuck. The grandparents ain't the parents.
Right.
So it's the parents' responsibility to filter everything.
That's right.
From teachers, parents, priests, Everybody. My father let it be known real quick. And when I was a kid, Ronald Reagan was president. My father let it be known real quick. If I tell you bring your ass over here, and Ronald Reagan tell you bring his ass over there, you bring your ass to me.
Exactly. That's right.
I don't give a damn who tell you anything else. So you gotta have that same type of vigilance with your kids, because they your responsibility and they representing you. And you are going to teach them a lesson. 9 times out of 10, there's something that you need to teach yourself as well. And that's all that I'm saying, is that the reflection should be totality of the family, because the whole family is off track. Whether you trying to provide her a life that you didn't have to provide her with, you've obviously gone too far. You obviously need to rein it back in. And as far as and the real reason another reason why I say fuck all of them, because child services would have been called and the police would have been called.
Oh my
God. It would not have been calling the parents and letting the parents work it out and this and that or whatever. That black kid would have been charged with assault on a homeless person and their property. And their whole life would have gone in a different direction. So fuck
That's true. Yep, that's true. That's true.
Shout out to Kizzy Bliss on the check-in. Shout out to Heather on the check-in too. Hope y'all doing well. Great points. Great points.
Welcome, y'all.
Snuggles checked in, y'all. He said, you have to remember the parents realized they raised a monster and they were trying to rectify their mistakes. So even they took action for the wrongdoing. It may not be how you liked it, but what were the results to the parents punishing their child? Was the results something that you think is warranted? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think so. I agree with that. Yeah, I think
got some good results.
Them noticing, trying to rectify, no matter how old she was, she grew up feeling one way or being, raised another way. But once they come, look, the Bible says once you come into the knowledge of something, it's up to you to rectify and turn away from. So that's what they did. They came to the knowledge of, I raised a monster, so let me try to change it now. So yeah.
Grilla checked in. He says some parents are friends with their children. Just saying.
Yeah, that's what they do these days. Yeah.
But let's cut the crap, y'all. I mean, she's talking about, they raised a monster and they feel bad. But y'all heard that old poor white trash Southern draw in her voice. Y'all saw
I cannot.
Get him.
Right in her front lawn. So let's not act like the fruit has fallen far from the tree.
I was trying not to go there, B-Dot.
The problem with that whole thing is the real lesson that they're trying to teach their child is how to hate motherfuckers and be socially acceptable doing it. That's the real thing that they're trying to teach them.
Okay.
There's a way they're not trying to teach them to love. They're just saying, this is not how you hate. Let me show you the correct way to hate. My bad.
You want it, D9.
You want it. I detect no lies.
I didn't detect any either. Let's do this. All right, y'all. I'm gonna start the night off. I'm so sorry, y'all. So sorry for what, you might ask, right? For this clip I'm about to show. Check this out.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Oh my ballies.
Yeah, 30-minute lunch. Let me get a nice little nap. Oh shit. Oh. I'm fired. Oh shit, I'm fired.
You about to lose your job.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Can you imagine going to sleep in the truck and waking up in the middle of the night? I cannot.
That's the worst.
She said, I'm fired.
Oh, she about to lose her job, baby.
It's pitch black outside.
I know, right? Oh my God. I would have been scared. Where's she at? She's not in the hood.
What about her co-workers though? Everybody that left work came from lunch. You see her in there knocked out.
Right. In the parking
And you know
lot.
what? They probably called the truck in stolen. Because they can't.
People, the phones that we have has so many ways to help you set an alarm on the
B9,
phone.
you think she gonna get fired? Nikki, you think
She
she gonna get
fired.
fired?
She said it. She know what kind of job she got.
Look, she done spoke that thing into existence, baby. She gonna lose that job.
I'm gonna send a message and ask for an update.
Yeah, I think the whole thing was a setup, though. I think that first and foremost, I don't think her camera on video could record that long from That's number one. I'm sorry to be so cynical.
Right.
You good.
Just taking the fun out of it.
Storage is full.
And I know for a fact that in my line of work that companies of that ilk have GPS devices in their trucks.
Right, yeah.
So they would have sent out a distress signal on that truck just for the safety of the employee way before that would have taken place. So I sometimes my knowledge is just so I ruined the party. I'm sorry.
Hey, play the ballies. Play the ballies.
Doctor said it happens to everybody.
Play the ballies, because he just messed it all up. Play the ballies.
All is well on the check-in. Shout out to Donique. All right, let's take a look at an apology. Remember, I was saying apology is like an American lyric to a song. So let's check out one of the songs, y'all.
Magical Kingdom. Disney's apologizing to a couple whose proposal was ruined by a staffer at Disneyland Paris.
It's a fairy tale proposal. Totally ruined. Whoa, what just happened there? This guy is popping the question on stage at Cinderella's castle in Disneyland Paris. Suddenly, a Disney employee swoops in, snaps the ring, and orders them off the platform. Luckily, she said yes before getting the boot.
She said yes, that's great, but over here she's gonna be even better.
The guy proposing had reportedly received permission ahead of time to pop the big question at that spot. A spokesperson for Disney says they regret how this was handled and have apologized to the couple involved and offered to make it right.
But over here she's gonna be even better.
Unbelievable.
I agree. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
What y'all think?
In a place where it's magical.
Yeah, happiest place.
Happiest place.
They should the apology, and they should have a reenactment.
Ooh.
For them.
Because
because they messed up their engagement photos.
They did.
So they should be able to get a reenactment, so at least they can have nice pictures for their photo album. I would have done that, just as another gesture, because you can't get that moment back. But to have it in the photo album, not some man coming between the two of you. You know what I mean? So
and him snatching the ring.
Right. That was like hateful when he did that. I would have
robbery, right?
Right. Strong arm.
Something. Goodness gracious.
I don't think it was necessary in the happiest place on earth. Let them have this happy moment and then apologize. And it's going to cost Disney X amount of dollars. When you could have just let them have their little moment.
You're going to lose your job.
Yeah.
You're going to lose your job. He probably lost his job.
Skrilla said the last girl, he said she probably has 2 jobs. 30-minute lunch.
Set an alarm, man.
Okay. But they're not the only ones. Like I said, it's a theme.
Character at Chuck E. Cheese in New Jersey ignored their 2-year-old, and the apology they received fell short. Darla Miles from WABC, our sister station in New York, has the story.
In the video, There were a bunch of Caucasian children who were there that were on stage that received the high five. My back child was the one to get ignored.
This is one of 2 videos of Chuck E. Cheese ignoring little Safa Muhammad, the 2-year-old invited to a birthday party at the Route 23 location in Wayne Saturday. The character gives 1, 2, 3 high fives to other kids, but leaves Safa hanging.
And when she turned around, she just was excited to see him. She saw that he was giving all the other kids high fives, and she put her hand out. It was her turn, but he put his hand in and then down and act like he didn't see her.
Safa is only 2 years old. She doesn't get it and keeps trying. The incident comes on the heels of 2 similar incidents at Sesame Place in Philadelphia. In both, little girls of color are dismissed by costume characters. In this exclusive interview with Eyewitness News, Natiana Muhammad says the experience was beyond hurtful, especially as a first-time mom.
That was actually my first time actually witnessing someone, ignore her or make her feel like she's invisible.
In a written statement, Chuck E. Cheese says it's saddened when a child has a less than perfect experience and says, "We want to thank the family who brought this to our attention and for giving the on-site manager an opportunity to apologize and address their concerns in person."
Gave the on-site manager an opportunity to apologize when she said, "I'm sorry you feel that way." Was that the apology?
The 29-year-old mother says she did complain to management, who arranged a picture with Safa and Chucky.
Her demeanor changed from she was excited, happy, jumping, high five, to when it was time to take a picture, just stood beside him.
A harsh lesson for a 2-year-old child at a place where a kid can be a kid.
I hugged her, told her that I loved her and that she never has to beg for love because she is loved by many. So
sorry you feel that way. That was her apology she got.
Of course. I'm not surprised. Doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, I'm surprised at the toddler that was not afraid of Chucky. All my kids, when they were little, taking them
That
there.
part.
They wanted to go. When that dude came out,
Right.
they was running.
Caleb was not having it. He was like,
You know, 7 probably. So, I don't know. Shout out to the baby for not being scared of Chucky.
No doubt. Shout out to the baby.
But
Caleb was not interested, baby.
Sorry, it was unacceptable.
Yeah.
The staff's behavior was unacceptable. And it shouldn't be establishments like that. They're babies. You grown folk out there should not be treating these folk like that.
Why do we go there? Boycott.
Oh, is it still any more Chuck E.
Moment is
Cheese's?
gone.
I don't even know if it still exists.
She said, "White man's world."
Right.
Pac warned us years ago. I just hate that this happened to that princess. Her body language told it all.
Yeah, at that picture, right?
What you think, B Nizzle? You seen that? Seen the little baby get cheese, that Chuck E. Cheese? They said, "Sorry you feel that way."
And the reality of it is that they were trying to hurt the mother. They knew that the little girl wasn't going to be able to put 2 and 2 together.
Right.
And that's what really makes it hurtful, is that you would go to hurt a child to get at an adult. And make that, because the mother was obviously probably dressed in her Muslim attire, and they wanted to make her feel bad about herself. They wanted her to make her feel isolated, and she probably came in so prideful, so happy that they couldn't get her. So they say, "What's the next best thing? We gonna hurt where you strong and tough. Okay, we know where to hit you where it hurts." And the problem with that is you have to pay for that. You're paying for her. That's
right.
In both of these clips, that guy didn't just sneak into Disney World. It costs bread to get up in that thing. So even if I'm somewhere where I don't belong, I dare you snatch something out of my motherfucking hand.
Right.
So
that would have been a fight.
You did that to a white man proposal. Because I promise you, it would have been a different result if it's the people that I know.
Right.
But It's all easily resolved. All Disney has to do is say, hey, we fucked up. Your wedding is on Disney property. Now now your proposal makes it's funny. It all goes with the story when you have, because that's a real apology, making it full circle.
Making them whole. Making them whole.
Happens after the fact. Not, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Or like you said, I'm sorry you feel that way. No, that little kid should have got Chuck E. Cheese for the next year. On the house. Pizza, drinks, and another part. That's how you apologize.
Tokens, video games, all of that. Give it to them.
Right, exactly.
The best prize in there, the one that it takes 100,000 tickets to get.
Give them that.
Yeah.
Give them. But like B9 said, apologies are long term. You got to show some actions. We got to see some stuff.
Yeah.
Some proof in the pudding. So let's do this, sis. I know you heard about the flued out, right? Nikki, you heard about flued out, right?
Flued out.
Yeah. Yeah, you get on an airplane, you get flued out. Everybody know about that. So let's check out this flued out real quick.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Oh, I don't even know why the fuck I came here.
Look, she ain't want to give me no cheeks.
Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Stop recording me.
She ain't want to give me no cheeks.
Stop recording me, nigga.
Don't fly her out.
Give me the phone.
Watch out. Don't take my phone.
Stop
don't touch my
recording
phone. No. Don't fly her out. Look, don't fly her out.
Bruh, you...
She ain't trying to come off no cheeks. I've been FaceTiming her.
This is my cheeks, nigga. This is my ass and my coochie. What are you talking about?
I've been FaceTiming her for 2 months.
I don't have to give you... Nigga, just get me there. I don't care, nigga. I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care about none of that shit.
Meet out on FaceTime. She flirting and stuff. You want a free trip?
You wanted to whip your wiener out, nigga. I ain't asked you to put it in the fucking camera.
Okay, I'm about to whip over here and drop your ass up too.
Whatever, nigga. Just get me there. I don't even know why the fuck I came here. I don't even know why I came here.
I don't know why you came either.
You're a lame ass nigga. You're a lame ass nigga. You a lame ass nigga.
You shouldn't even came. You knew you wasn't that shit. You shouldn't even came. You should have said.
You can't get no coochie.
What?
You flew me out here to get coochie?
Yes, I did.
Nigga, come on.
Yes, I flew you out for the coochie.
It's cool. You're lame.
I flew you out for the coochie.
You're lame, and I will never talk to you again.
All right, well, you ain't got to talk to me again. I'm just letting you know.
Nigga, just get me there.
All right, whatever.
The fuck?
Hey, y'all about to drop her ass off.
Yeah, drop me off, nigga.
Y'all ever see her out? Don't fly her out.
Drop me off, nigga. Don't worry about it.
Man,
don't worry about it.
You dumb. Don't trip. You dumb. You getting dropped off.
I don't care. Okay.
Peace, AJ. Hope all is well. How you doing, bro?
What's up, brother?
Sis, did you see that clip? Everybody freezing up. Oh, there you go.
I saw it.
Okay. It was a little more to it. I don't think I got the rest. I didn't want to go too long. But when she got out the car, she told him that she didn't have any money. She didn't come with anything.
Oh, Jesus.
When she was getting her, so
she didn't come with no money.
Yeah, she wasn't able to pay for her own ticket. You know, like she said, have my confirmation number ready. And he was like, there is no confirmation number because I'm not paying for it. And again, she went on to tell him, you know, she didn't fly out there with any money to get herself back.
She is the dumbest.
All I kept hearing is,
I won't even go on a date without having
no here. I don't even know why I'm here. I mean, it sounds pretty freaking delusional.
That is so innocent. What? So she got flued out somewhere. She probably ain't never been before, and she didn't bring no money.
That is true. Shout out to Jovi on the check-in. What up, Jovita? Hope all is well. And AJ, what up, man? You with us?
Whew. These children here, baby. Oh.
I'm trying to be.
Okay. I just played the clip for Shorty that flew out to a homeboy, and she didn't want to give up none of that, PlayStation 5. So he was not willing to pay for her flight to go back. And we're going to get everybody's thoughts. Should a man expect to be sexually pleased if he flies a woman to his house? Is that a conversation they need to have before? How does that go in your mind, Mrs. Harris? Let's start with you.
Yeah, I don't know if you want mine. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so 2 months of courting and, the decision to fly somebody to where you are, that conversation has had to be had. There's no way I'm making a trip to stay in some man's house and I'm not giving up no skins. I just don't think that is realistic. First off, as a woman, I'm not even going to waste my time if I'm not sexually attracted to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't have to do anything to convince me, especially when it's a situation like that. You don't know him, you never met him, and you being flown somewhere because of the hot ass you pretended to be for 2 months in the box.
Okay.
And then you come broke. That's crazy to me.
Right.
Always told me, make sure you got $2 to get your ass on the bus. We ain't had Uber back in the day, so But that's my point in that.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm here.
Okay. AJ, what you got, AJ? Karma said no box for you. She laughing at him. Jenny says shame on both of them. No apology needed or required. What? Money? Yeah, she didn't have no money. She came with her hand out. Good Lord.
She wanted to get on the whole trip.
I don't go nowhere without my own monies. That's right. You got to. We on Lock Nation. What's good? Lord, help these children. Yes, help them. AJ, you flew her out. She said no nookie for you.
She said no.
Sis, no nookie for him.
They both crazy. They both crazy. And like sis said, the conversation should have been had before you even got flued out. And right. And then the other thing is like, ladies, come on, y'all. Stop being naive and delusional and don't think that, I'm going to get flued out and we just going to sit and cuddle. You know what time it is. They not flying you out just to look at you. They coming, they expected some return on the coochie coupons. For 2 months. For 2 months, he been collecting coochie coupons. Now he want to cash them in. And you stupid for going there without no money. What's wrong with you? Now you got to rely on the same man that you said you gonna give it up to, and then you gonna have to rely on him or do a quick GoFundMe so you can get home. And now you're stupid. But they should have a conversation before you even flew out there. Like what's going, like what we doing, what's expected, all that. You don't know that man like that. Did you get his license plate? Let me see a copy of your license, all that. What's wrong with you people? Oh my God. Man.
AJ.
Am I in here?
Yeah, you in here, man. You flew her all the way out to the house. See the clip. She flew out. Ain't no way I ain't getting no cooch, bro.
You can't take it.
Yeah, you can't.
Ain't no way. That's an unwritten rule, bro.
You gonna see this off.
Unwritten rule.
You say he didn't.
Yeah, we go on vacation together, and I'm paying for everything. You come if I'm flying you out. This a guarantee cooch. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, that's more courting. These people didn't meet each other.
Special.
Right. These people didn't. This was their first time meeting in person. They were courting or whatever
2 months.
For 2 months. And he decided to fly her out. So it's not like they're around each other. So for you as a female to take that risk,
exactly,
it's dangerous. First of all, Very dangerous.
I mean, he
especially
could have
cross country broke.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He could have been a mass murderer.
You can't make.
You could have been.
There's no way to make that make sense to me.
You just
But now-
riding in that man car like that.
So he was supposed to what? Feed you, put a roof over your head,
Feed
protect
you,
right
all
down,
of
and
that.
back 3 days later.
And you ain't getting no coochie. Tripping.
Wait a minute. Not even a like it definitely should have been discussed. You want me to just lay in the bed with you and snuggle? Like I'm willing to do that. How you feel and smell.
Nah,
You
that's
know,
that's what's wrong with these females these days, man.
like she was talking straight sex and got there and nope, refund.
Nah, she went there as if she was the ultimate prize, and her presence was enough.
Her presence is
That's
a
why.
present. Absolutely. That's how they feel.
Presence was enough.
For the woman of your culture to have a man to do all of that for her, and she's not expected anything? Is that how nature is done in your culture? Great question.
It's the modern
AJ
day.
had a great chime in, but let's take a look
Hold
at what
on,
this say. AJ,
let me see what they say.
Are you out for the weekend? What's expected from you? To look good and give him some good ass coochie all weekend.
That I'm there. My presence.
What about the coochie part?
Baby, you flew me out.
Baby, I did fly you. Yeah, that's what.
You like me like that, right? And you like my presence, correct?
So I'm thinking I'm getting the coochie.
Not at all.
There'll be a possibility that a guy fly you out and you don't give him none? Yeah. For real?
I mean, if he fly me out, that's he flying me out. I didn't ask you to.
So you gonna give him some?
No.
You're not gonna give him no ass? If he fly you out for the weekend,
What that mean? I can fly my own stuff out if I wanted to.
So you're not gonna give him no coochie out?
No.
AJ, it don't sound like that rule is unwritten no more.
They won't get flued out either.
One girl in the video said, "You get koosh." The rest of them said, "You get nada."
You see what they look like too.
Is a present.
He wanted to fly me out.
You see what
I
you
didn't
see what
ask.
you
Y'all
see
check
you see.
in. Let me know what y'all think.
Listen, man. Listen, bro. Ain't no fucking way in the world. Okay.
Snuggles, did
Ain't
that
no way
answer
in
your
the
question, Snuggles? You see what they said? Big Smooth was popping. Big Smooth made it. Come on, AJ, what you got for the ladies, man? You heard what they said. We're gonna get the red lipsticks
Hold
after
on,
you.
hold on. What did she say? She said, "Why do you think it's easier for women?" Hold up. The fact that
Which one? This one right here. Bam. Here we go.
The second one.
Why do you think it's easy for the woman of your culture to have a man do all of that for her and she's not expected anything? Is that how nature is done in your culture?
Nah, the women of these days are entitled. They feel like they deserve everything from them because they are the ultimate prize, and that's what they've been taught. You're the prize, you're the princess, you're the queen, you're the everything. So that's what they're taught, that you have to give them everything and they don't have to give you shit because they are the prize. They are the ultimate of everything. That's the difference between men and women. Women are taught to teach. I mean, to show how to keep a woman, try to take care of a woman, whatever case may be. Women are taught that you are the prize, and it is a privilege for niggas to be in your presence. So that's how they gonna treat you. Unless that's just how it be. That's how it is these days.
Snuggles checked in again. B9, you got anything on that clip? Did you see the young ladies say that, flying me out does not mean nothing? One young lady differed.
Yeah. And that's what she's supposed to say. She's supposed to say that. She's not supposed to say, because if we really know the truth, then she knows she's going to get bombarded with guys who have the ability to fly her out, and then they expect a prize for that. Okay. Now, the reality of it is that if it's behind closed doors, she knows what it is. They all know what it is. But you can't say
But that ain't true.
because the sisterhood has to allow you the privilege to say, hey, I will drink your $450 drinks. I will Rick James all over your couch. I will do whatever I want. And after it's all over and done with, you will still respect me as a woman, treat me as a lady, pay for my ride home, and niggas accept it. That's the real problem right there. Is that dude that was interviewing her was just interviewing her. He wasn't calling cap on that bullshit. He wasn't saying, look here, darling, who you bullshitting here? We all know that niggas ain't spending that type of money on that type of situation, and there's no expectation. And I'll be good God dog if I'm going to spend that type of money and we're not going to have a conversation laying the groundwork. There's going to be no chance there. Let's be clear. It's not, I'm not going to slip up and trip into the pussy. It's going to be clear and decided that if I take steps 1, 2, and 3, you're taking steps 4, 5, and 6. End of story. Or there's no need for me to take steps 1, 2, and 3. But the reality of it is the women want to have their cake and eat it too. They think what's a bigger boss move than you putting out 1, 2, 3, and I never give you 4, 5, 6. What's a bigger boss move than you paying for 18 of my friends to eat and you still go home and whack off that night? What makes a woman feel more like a woman in today's society than that?
Something.
I mean, you ain't said nothing I don't disagree with.
Yeah. No lies detected.
You know,
I mean, you said
I have
nothing crazy there, buddy.
comments in the chat.
Smooth checked in.
That one.
Smooth said the selflessness. Why lead the man on?
Absolutely.
Right. Put the link in the chat if anybody want to come through. She has the option to say no and reject the offer.
That part.
To fly out.
To fly out.
Just cancel her flight home. That's what the gentleman did. He did
yes.
not oblige her with a return flight.
I mean, and that's to the ladies. Like, if you ain't offering that up, don't fly out. It's on the table. It is a given. I don't care what you think or feel. But a man is flying you out somewhere. He wants intimacy. And that is something you absolutely need to be conscious of. Don't fly out. Because first of all,
man is spending
danger.
that type of money.
Stranger danger.
And what other reason is there to fly them out? Do you make amazing pancakes, bitch?
Like, you saw the delusion in that video.
What other reason do I have to fly you out?
Are you telling me that your flapjacks is that worthy that I can't go to IHOP? I gotta fly you in.
I mean, that would be great. That would be a plus, you know.
They said their presence is a present.
Their presence is a present.
It's bullshit.
Go somewhere with your whole deceitful
I
self.
agree with y'all completely.
And then the lady said herself, if I want to fly, I can pay for it myself. Then pay for it.
And pay for it.
Absolutely. But the reason why I played it is because I think it's the perfect time for an apology. You know what? I'm sorry. I think we got off on the wrong foot. I didn't bring any money to return home. So maybe we can talk about the weekend. Maybe we can see what happens or something of that nature. If I was a girl, I probably would have just told him, I ain't gonna lie to you. You can have this because I need a ticket home. Catch more flies with honey. So, you know, was that a good time to apologize and kind of walk that conversation back? Is that a walk backable conversation? Like, whoa, wait a minute. You're not paying for my flight. Let me get back in and talk about this.
Right. I don't know. I don't know.
Wanted her back in the car after the way she called all them lames I was just now.
Yeah, she told him he was lame.
Yeah.
She's lame. She's a lame.
She's a broke.
She's a lame. But
She's a
deciding to
broke.
go and you're not sexually attracted, that wasn't your intention.
Okay.
To think that a man is going to spend any kind of money on you just to look at you in his place, probably got a nice place, gonna take you somewhere nice to eat.
There's a lot of women that think like that.
And you do have the right to say no, but you shouldn't even go.
I mean, we just seen 3 out of 4 girls say,
yeah, well, y'all need to stop it because you're putting yourself in danger. Not all men have chivalry. Some men are cavemen and they might beat you up the side of your head and put you in a trash can and you will never get back home. So, I mean, you got to consider that. This is the protection that y'all been talking about. We are absolutely privileged and protected because that right there is insane to me. That women
they
are
only
really
worried about the money
right now. That it's really safe for a stranger that you've been courting on a computer for 2 months. That it is okay to go fly somewhere and think that he don't want to sleep with you or you to touch him or lick on his thing or any of that. Really? So y'all wasn't talking sexual stuff? You wasn't showing him your boobies in the camera and
I mean, that's how the video started. He said, you laying on my bed. We talking for 2 months.
That's
you laying
Delilah.
all on my bed. I flew you out.
Sounds like the Delilah syndrome we was talking about yesterday.
Okay.
Go watch that. It's good.
I mean, Delilah, she came at him every day too. So, you know, that wear down. But talking every day, I think it might be the same dynamic, maybe on the other side of the spectrum, but we talking every day for 2 months. We conversing. Like you said, some conversations may get hot and heavier than others. I fly you out. You laying on my bed. You looking nice. What's good? I think it's crazy to think it's the furthest thing from my mind.
Never in the history of history has somebody said, oh my God, the way you read those Bible verses on FaceTime, I need you to read these Bible verses face to face, eye to eye. Like I'm spending money right now to fly you out so we can read this book together.
Yeah.
That's never happened, ever.
I never heard of that.
If my daughter is flown out somewhere, even if my daughter doesn't do anything, as a father, I'm assuming something happened.
No cap. No cap.
So just the connotation of the phrase fly out, it's just like Netflix and chill. We know what the chill is. Stop playing these games. And that's the bullshit side of the apology. I don't want to disturb your show, but after you finish running your content, I got a bomb to drop on you, my boy.
Let's do it.
Let's
do it, man.
Perfectly into the apology theme that you have going on tonight.
Okay,
man.
And the naivety.
It's like the 40-year-old virgin, man. They putting the pussy on a pedestal, man. Putting the pussy on a pedestal.
Oh, brown nose. Brown nose.
You know, they come on, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Listen, man.
I'll continue with the theme of the night. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing, y'all. And you know what I want to apologize for? I want to apologize for this clip I'm about.
First off,
it's nasty. Why the fuck would you wear your
but
makeup
that's
for
something that you're
3 days?
breaking up with me over?
Yes, you. When I say you wash your face?
I could wash my face today, though.
You should have been washed your
so
face.
So you don't even really love me then.
What
because if you really love me, you would sit there and be like, wash your face.
You wore your makeup for 3 fucking days.
If you really love me, you would have sat there and told me to wash my face. Like, babe.
Hold up. Oh, wait, we back. I'm back. Am I back? I can't hear
That
me.
was crazy. Yeah, you back. That was me. I went away for a second. I had to gather myself. I seen y'all face.
All right.
And I'm like, wow.
Hold up, man.
Okay.
She ain't washed her face for 3 days, bro.
Let's keep listening.
off or something. You would have talked to me heart to heart, like I'm a person that you love, rather than talking to me like some random bitch that you just started fucking with.
Why are you wearing a makeup for more than 3 days? Why?
First off, I paid $160 for this makeup because it was for a special occasion.
Okay. And the occasion is over with.
Okay, and I'm washing the makeup off today.
Okay, but it's been 3 days. That shit nasty.
Okay, and I'm washing it off today. But for you to break
wear
up
your
with
makeup
me,
for 1 day. That's it.
Okay, first off, you have no judgment about it because you're a dude. And second off, like, if you really love somebody, like, if your musty ass was musty, I wouldn't say, oh, I'm breaking up with you because you musty. I would help you to fuck out and buy you some deodorant or tell you to hop your ass in a fucking shower or some shit.
The first day, like, hey, you musty, I'm gonna fix
No,
that
it's
shit.
okay, but you ain't tell me at all, though. You just want to straight break up with me.
Because that's nasty.
That's why I said that you don't love me. You don't fucking love me then.
Can you please get out?
Okay, well, you don't fucking love me, and that's what the fuck it is. You never loved me.
I guarantee you, if I never brought up this conversation, you would have had that makeup on too.
Never.
Yes,
Never.
yes,
No, the fuck I would not.
Yes, you would.
No, the fuck I would not. Why the fuck would I have it on for 3 days?
I don't care. You shouldn't even
No, that shit was $160, and this is day. It was 1 day. It was 2 days. And today the third day that I was finna take it off. No, like you forcing it. You're forcing it. If you just didn't want to be with me, just say that. You're fighting any little thing because you want to go fuck around with other hoes. That's what that shit really come down to. Yes, it is.
Okay, all I want you to do is.
Because if you really fucking love me, you would just be like, just wash the shit off instead of being like, it's fucking over.
No, that's nasty. Can you please get out? I'm over it.
You know what? Okay, and I ain't gonna name the nasty shit you be doing. Okay, we're done. We're over. We can be over then.
Okay, get out.
Bitch, shut the fuck up talking to me. Like you ain't did nothing musty. Like your ass ain't been musty before.
Yeah, yo. We got a couple check-ins.
Hey, yo.
Red Lipstick Vibes laughing at B9, of course. She said, heck no.
Hey.
Leave her.
Oh.
She nasty. Jenny checked in. Sorry, nope. If she don't wash her face, imagine the rest.
Imagine what that coochie smell like. Imagine what her coochie smell like.
Sis said, did you wash your...
Bro, imagine.
Run, bro. I hope he ran. I hope he stood on his square.
With all due respect, she is nasty and not a nice nasty.
That's what we doing, ladies.
Bro.
I paid
She's trying to save her money. She paid $160 for that.
AJ, I paid $160. It was for a special occasion.
3 days later? Hey, yo, that is dirty.
How do you take a shower?
That's some good ass makeup.
Don't.
That means you had no emotions for 3 days. You ain't sweat. You was sweating. The shit still fucked. Oh, there's no way.
Crazy. Now, could she apologize for that? B9. Because she said, I'm sorry. No, I don't think so.
I don't think that's an apology type thing.
It's not. Yeah,
I mean,
I mean, you're a grown woman, and if you spent more on your makeup, you justifying keeping your makeup longer. Then what happens if I buy you a nice panty set? That means you justify wearing that shit for 3 days.
He's birdie.
And just rule of thumb, gentlemen, and this is for my niggas out here. If you're the clean one of the relationship, get the fuck out.
Tell him again. PSA. PSA.
No apologies for run. I play sports. I've been in some of the dirtiest locker rooms around some of the dirtiest motherfuckers to walk the face of the earth. Motherfuckers walking around with jungle feet. If they are the clean ones of the relationship, damn. Damn. No, no wonder monkeypox and all this stuff is running rampant. No wonder that we got to go around wearing masks all day long and worry about this and that. Because you can't clean the cooch. You can't wash your face. Something that is exposed. What about the cracks and the crevices, ladies and gentlemen?
The eye boogers and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
on top of it, let's just be real about this. And I'm not picking on you, Mrs. Hers. I promise. We all know that Miss Hers is in the minority when it comes to this weight gain. So what are most of our Black women dealing with to not wash your fucking ass? Oh my God, yeah. Like,
I think about just when you wake up, your eyes, all of the little things that happen. Just no way makeup, you can pencil over it or polish it up, but there's no way you wake up and the makeup is still just luxurious as it was.
so do you not brush your teeth because you don't want to mess up your lipstick?
Right, because you got to do water. Like you really diligent and being careful.
Use powder on the crevices. Yeah, become Big Smooth. What up, Big Smooth?
Welcome.
Welcome to the panel.
Tired today.
How you doing, man? Hope all is well.
I'm good. Can't complain.
That's good. Well, we're just having a little bit of fun right now. We're talking about apologies in 2022 and what that looks like to you. And we just played a clip of a young lady that had her makeup on for 3 consecutive days. Her boyfriend wanted to end the relationship. He was not taking an apology and any excuses for her behavior. He told her she was grown. And there's no way you should be wearing that makeup for 3 days. What say you, sir?
There's some things you can't teach at that age, you know. I don't think any man should have to tell a woman she needs to wash her face, especially after 3 days. You know, and I think someone mentioned earlier, this is just makeup. What if he buys her something nice, like a nice lingerie set? She's gonna wear that for several consecutive days? It's just disgusting. Like, there's some basics. That's a basic thing that you shouldn't have to tell someone. She's a grown ass woman, so I would do the same thing, honestly.
Right.
Stand your ground. If you compromising in this area, then there's so many other areas that you know will possibly also compromise in. And she sees that too, you know, subconsciously. She's like, man, you let me, you know, not wash my face for 3 days. And we didn't talk about the fact she may not even wash her body for 3 days.
Absolutely.
So, you know, we're just scratching the surface here.
Absolutely. Definitely a great point that, you know, you definitely want to point those things out and stand your ground. He was absolutely right by saying, no, I cannot continue anymore. You can go ahead and alleviate yourself from the vehicle and all of the rest of that stuff. But I don't think that was an apologetic moment. I think you did what you did. And, you know, like she said, she used a lot of manipulation in there. You know, if you really loved me and if it was me, I would have did this, that, and the other. And it's like, yeah, chill out. I have standards. These are my standards and boundaries and all of the rest of those things. And maybe that was hard for her to accept. What say you, Mrs. Harris?
Oh, absolutely. She would not acknowledge that her ass was wrong and dirty. And love is not going to make you stay. I see your behavior. 3 days? I don't care how much money you spent on it. That's unacceptable. So good job, fella. This is crazy.
And he should have been real with her. He should have been like, yep, you're right. I don't love you because you don't love you. How can I love you if you don't love yourself? Like, you need to work on you first, then get back at me when you're ready for this. But no, like you say, I'm not putting no grown ass woman through kindergarten. There's certain skills that you have to, they're prerequisites, okay? And you know this, Miss College educated everything, Miss PhD, master's degree, everything. You understand that there's a prerequisite to things. And then you're going to come back and say, look at all the stuff you do. Yes, look at all the stuff I do.
Shame, insults, guilt, and a need to be right. I never got to use that. Thank you, KS.
Right.
That was it. She absolutely went there with all of it, all the signs.
Absolutely.
May he rest in power.
Rest in peace to KS.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
It is. That's why I'm sitting here like it's giving me a headache, like because I can't even.
But I believe
around the behaviors is it's amazing.
What you got, B9?
I believe it was Mr. Harris that said this on another show, and nothing could be truer. If 10 men get together right now, it might not be the ideal situation, but all we need is a sink, and we can travel the world. There's no woman that can say that, and there shouldn't be a woman that can say that. So stop comparing apples to oranges. It is not a double standard. It is a different standard because we are different.
That's right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great point, B9. Great point. So I got a question for y'all when it comes to apologies. When it comes to apologies, how important is the actions? B9 been saying it all night. Mrs. Harris touched on it, and I also got it up here. I think apologies are long term. You could say I'm sorry today, but I'm not going to know how sincere that apology was for a month, a year, 2 years, to see if you are sincere, if those actions line up with your apology. What do you guys think about that, Mrs. Harris?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've always said that apology means nothing to me without changed behavior. You know, if the offense keeps being repeated, there's a problem, especially if I'm still there. You know, little shit, of course, you know, you're going to let roll off. I didn't mean you use your brush.
Right. Okay.
Got all my blue hair in your brush. I'm so sorry.
Right.
But, you know, that's a little different than hard stuff. You know, somebody cheating, you know, like you said, the behavior is long term. It has to be changed long term for me to really accept it.
Okay. So what about you, brother Big Smooth? What say you? Do you think that apologies, how important is the action when it comes to apologies?
The action is super important. You know, it's easy to apologize. I mean, hell, I can't even make that argument now because, you know, depending on how selfish you are, it may be hard to do that too. But theoretically, the action of apologizing is the easiest part. And after that is more of showing that you are sorry, that you are sincere, and that you do mean what you say. And so, yeah, I believe that the action is extremely important and long term, because it's easy to do it for a day, but what do you do the next day? What do you do after that? Are you consistent?
Absolutely. I've seen it a lot. A week, 2 weeks, back to the routine. What say you, AJ? What you got?
I agree.
Actions, man.
I agree. Actions speak louder than words, man. You talk to me till you blue in the face. I don't mean that you're going to do any of that stuff or follow up or be consistent with any of that stuff that you said. So actions speak louder than words. You can apologize all day, but if your actions ain't following it, there ain't no point.
So, B9, what about you, man? What you think? How important is the actions when it comes to an apology, sir?
Everybody said it the same way I feel about it. The apology is truly the beginning, not the end. The apology is the beginning of the sentence, not the period at the sentence of the mistake. So you have to move on and you have to start over and change your behavior. For a woman, for example, if a woman apologizes for yelling at you, and then the next statement out of her mouth is, Daquan, where you at? She didn't mean that apology for yelling at you, because the behavior has not changed at all. So it's just bullshit to get over so that you will accept that behavior and it eventually becomes habitual to you. Same thing with men. See, men get mad when I use the word simp. Simp is not a man that's nice to a woman. Simp is a man who defines himself by a woman. So when that woman decides I'm leaving you or I'm gone or whatever, he now has to whip her or beat her or do something, scar her face up or something, because he wants it to be known that, hey, you define me. You are my world. No matter how much I fake out here, you are everything. And what does that simp do after he abuses his woman or treats her bad or this or that or whatever? he gives her one of the best, I mean the super best apologies ever. Roses, candy, trip, clothes, the whole nine. Because how can I beat your ass the second time? Giving you the greatest apology in the world to set it up.
Right.
So everything that happens after the fact is all that matters. And that's why certain offenses, such as putting your hands on a woman, certain things you can't apologize for. Certain things you better be lucky that you get to pack your bags and find a new place to sow your oats.
Right.
So that's why at the end of the day, don't focus on the apology. Focus on being proactive, because the apology is reactive.
No doubt.
Be ahead of the game. Play chess, not checkers.
Yeah, get ahead of it. Get ahead of it. Just like in politics, get ahead of it. Don't let it get in front of you. Okay, let's check out another apology, y'all. I want y'all to check out this apology.
That's the Paultana here. All my TikTokers. Who does Whoopi Goldberg think she is? Why didn't she apologize? Here's what happened today.
Welcome back. You know, in Monday's conversation about Turning Point USA, I put the young people at the conference in the same category as the protesters outside. And I don't like it when people make assumptions about me. And it's not any better when I make assumptions about other people, which I did. So, my bad. I'm sorry. Okay. So.
You go, girl. My bad. I'm sorry. So you keep watching me and these pop-ups on TikTok, and we'll keep having an influence on things in the media and in the real world as well.
So I played that because Snuggles put something up previously, and it wasn't a question about our culture that time. It was something about an apology and why people do it. Do you think people apologize because they're sincerely sorry, or because of their public image and how they know an apology is the way things are supposed to go? You do somebody wrong, you're supposed to apologize. Whether you really feel like it or not, you go, I'm sorry. My bad. What do you think, Mrs. Harris? Do you think that apologies, can be just going through the motions at some times? And if so, how do we know?
I mean, for whoever the audience was, they perceived it as an issue. She didn't feel it was an issue. It was her perception.
Okay.
People outside is just as bad as the people inside. You know what I mean? However she put it, whatever that whole situation was, she seems like she's ridiculed for everything she says. Okay. Whoopi is always apologizing for something, I'm noticing. So,
okay. So you don't think that pressure can kind of push an apology out of somebody?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
She's in the public eye, so she had to apologize for what she said. She still meant what she said.
Okay.
If that's what it felt like to me.
Okay.
Okay. Y'all felt that way? All right. Yeah.
AJ, what do you think about that apology from Whoopi? Think that was pressure or from her heart?
Well, that one, I think that one was sincere. I don't think it was I think somebody just, because she said she felt like she was being a hypocrite, I feel like that one was sincere. But I've seen a couple other ones where she did it just for the image.
Okay. B9, what you got, man?
She did it for the powers that be. She's a public figure in the media, which is controlled by a certain demographic. And then she has the audacity as a Black woman to poke the bear and take the last name of said demographic. You are a target. And we all know, whether you are associated with certain members of Nation of Islam, if you are associated with certain members of former members of Public Enemy, it can change your whole media career. And we can't ignore power. We live in America. We live in a capitalist society, and there's a certain demographic that controls the capital. So if you want to receive the large amounts of capital that a Whoopi Goldberg receives, you read the handbook, you understand the handbook, and when you make a mistake in the handbook, you apologize to the handbook makers. You don't apologize because what she said to her people, for her people. That's why she wasn't apologetic about it. But she was taught to be apologetic because she is being taught that she represents a lot more people than what she sees in the mirror every morning when she wakes up. So she has to act accordingly.
No doubt.
Just reality.
Karma checked in. She said they supposed to be genuine. Only the person giving the apologies knows their intent, but most times they are given so people will shut up about it. Absolutely.
Yep. True.
Absolutely. Big Smooth, what you think, man? You think an apology could be pressured out of somebody?
Absolutely. Especially with a person like her, you know, she's all about the money. She's a public figure. She's been doing this for a while. Like, it makes sense that she wouldn't use a situation where she doesn't apologize to compromise her pockets. You know, this is the easy fix. Just saying, I'm sorry, moving it on, make it relevant, and keep the money flowing. I don't think that whatever it was that she did to anger someone, she would have, you know, not apologized and compromised the amount of viewers and the money that she's making. So it's all about the money.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I think that it's, you know, just lyrics to a song in America. You could say the most heinous, you could say the most insensitive thing and just say, you know, I'm sorry. This doesn't define me. I'm not like that anymore. I prayed about it and, you know, forgive me. AJ, you got anything else? It sounded like you wanted to say something last time. I might have cut you off. I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, you good, bro. I said you good.
Okay. Let's change the tempo. Oh, B9 got something. What you got, B?
Let's not forget that these powers that be are so powerful that they actually allowed her the opportunity to apologize. They could have sliced and diced her right then and there. Once again, go check Nick Cannon. But the reality of it is that she still serves a purpose for them as well.
All right.
If they didn't have a purpose for her, her apology would have never been heard. It literally fell on deaf ears. But because she's still relevant in their plans, they made it so that all is forgiven. And we're going to give you the opportunity to apologize. So something of this magnitude is way more layered than the apologies that we're talking about in the day-to-day life. Even the Will Smith thing was of a personal nature.
Right.
What Whoopi Goldberg did was complete business. 100% business. Make no mistake about that.
No doubt. All right, before we roll out, let's switch the tempo. The conversation was dope, but I think it's gonna get a little more dope right now. So let's pull this up, and I want y'all to get ready to unpack this.
Bad news, because Neo and his wife Crystal Renee just renewed their vows a few months ago, but their marriage has really hit the skids this time.
Oh, say it ain't so.
Oh, I want to say it ain't so because everything always looks so good and they so cute together. But Crystal called out Neo's scandalous behavior with a long IG post, y'all, saying in part, 8 years of lies and deception, 8 years of unknowingly sharing my life and my husband with numerous women who sell their bodies to him unprotected. To ask me to stay and accept is absolutely insane. With no hate in my heart, I wish him nothing but the best. Oh.
All right.
When I read this, I got goosebumps, y'all. Well, y'all, Neo did respond, tweeting that they would work it out behind closed doors and that he asked for privacy.
You got goosebumps while reading it?
How you feeling about it, Brad?
Wow.
Oh, man, I felt bad for her. I love Neo, though. Like, I'm kind of like
me too.
friends with Neo, but I don't want nobody to be hurting, and I love them together. Like, this is tough.
8 years of cheating, y'all. It's like, that's so much work,
But
man.
that's what happens when you don't listen to the vows. He said, I do it.
Yeah.
You know what?
You know what?
I hate you right now. Oh my God.
But can I play devil's advocate real quick? My man make R&B bangers, right? Like
love songs
aimed at women. Right? So just imagine how hard it is to play goalie and defense, all the energy that's coming at you.
Exactly. Don't get married then.
Yeah. Why get married though? But also, ladies, this just goes to show you, you can't trust a man in a fedora. I'm telling you.
You really can't.
You cannot trust a man in a
You
fedora.
really can't. Only a cap.
Okay.
So I have a couple of things right off the bat.
Come on, Big Smooth. Let's do it.
So the first thing is, I'm gonna start with her. I don't understand the desire or the need to put your business on blast out on social media, right? I do think that Neo's response was a good thing for a man to do and try to redirect it back into the family. I understand the incentives of doing that because it not only affects Neo, but it affects the rest of the family because now she's putting her business out there for everyone to speculate and assume like they understand what's going on, right? The other thing is I don't understand if he's been doing this for so long, why she's sticking around. Clearly before the money, right? In this aspect, I think that, as the woman, if she was really okay or not okay with what he was doing, she would have left a long time ago. But let's be real, she wants the money. He's making a whole lot of money, so she stays. But if that's the case, I'm sure that's the relationship they have. I'm sure he's not ignorant to that. Why does she feel the need to blast that information out on social media? It's not a surprise to anyone that he's been cheating for a while. Everyone knows that. You can just look at his lifestyle. So we know there was some type of agreement there, and that was the standard that she was okay with for all those years. So why now?
No doubt. I mean, that's a great point. When Nikki kind of echoed the word unknowingly, because I think that word was used, and you was like unnowingly.
Right.
8 years of unknowingly. What say you,
Mrs. Doesn't make sense.
I
That's
mean,
cap.
Absolutely cap. I mean, because to a degree, he's away a lot. So she can't take the children in tow for tours and all these shows. So he has the opportunity to do it. But obviously lacks the discipline, and it got back home. So he fucked up. But it said unknowingly. Now, her knowing, I agree with you, just knowing that this is the lifestyle. But if she's not knowing, she's home cultivating and, doing her wife thing. And when he's home, he's getting loving and all of that. So to just it be such a surprise, like, wow,
No doubt.
But I agree, not putting it all on social media. Why people got to do that, just divorce the nigga, get your half or whatever, like you don't have to do all of that. But this is where we're at.
Got to get that
Gotta
public sympathy.
Have my back, because he's been a dirty bastard for
AJ,
years.
what you got, AJ?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I agree with what Nikki said. There's no way she ain't know other stuff was going on. But to play devil's advocate, at least he was paying for it. Wasn't trying to be in like a relationship with somebody else.
Okay.
What
about the point that the devil's advocate on the video made, that he's an R&B personality that comes with a certain level of panty throwing?
I mean, honestly, and this might sound crazy, but like I feel like any type of celebrity, it's no way possible you think that all of the plethora of pussy that's being thrown, they're gonna reject every single one of them. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's an unrealistic expectation, in my opinion.
Okay. B Nizzle?
Classic example of when you match an NBA player with non-NBA pussy. The reality of it is that when you are the best at the best of something, everybody wants you. But if you are going to coexist and actually have unilateral conversations, you also have to be the best of the best. And using my NBA analogy, if you know your man travels 82 games, different cities out of the year, you either have to be prepared to travel 82 games yourself to be there for your man, or you have to have given him such great experiences on those home games that you're all he can think about on the road games.
Ooh.
But that is a certain quality of woman. And the reality of it is that's why the sisterhood must die, because the sisterhood is lying to other women, telling them, so what you look like Lizzo? You still deserve a king. You still deserve the best of the best. And if he don't treat you like 100% and put rose petals down and this and that, then go find a nigga who will. And guess what, ladies? That nigga don't exist. He's in a fairy tale book.
And if he does, he's not what they're actually looking for.
Exactly. But that's the same thing with Neo. And let's keep it a buck here. You gave an ugly nigga that can sing money. What do you think he's gonna do? He know he ugly. He know he can't do this without the money. He didn't even expect to be popping this long. He's still popping. So what you married into a situation. That's what most high value men offer women. A situation.
They started having babies too.
Same bitch, but I'm still gonna have the variety of Baskin Robbins.
31 flavors.
She knew it, but she also knew when that prenup kicked in too. She also
Snuggles is back.
how many years she had to deal with that shit before she could go public and before she could put him on blast. If the nigga's fucking as much as you claim he's fucking, he gave you something a long time ago. So it didn't take 8 years for you to start itching, baby.
Absolutely. That was definitely pivotal to me. 8 years, 1 year, 2 years. I'm noticing things, just, demeanor, people change, things happen. And it's like, wow, if you didn't notice that for 8 years.
I mean, it's kind of hard when they're not around each other 24/7. It's not like, us. We're in passing almost every day. You watch the kids grow up just like I watched the kids grow up, versus him being gone. So you really don't know.
Okay.
Some things can really pass by you, especially once you're home. We focus it on family, and there's nothing really, like I said, he's come home and the sex is good,
Right.
Until maybe just now, he done got caught up. Got one of them BVs.
Gotcha. Here's a question. Is your culture, are men polygamous by nature? Yes or no?
I would say in any culture, just human nature.
Men, right. Like what?
Being monogamous is a choice.
Absolutely.
I think that is a conscious choice.
If in America, if wealth is a culture, then yes. Then it matters, because it's not about your color, it's not about your creed or this or that. It's capital is really about access. And if you have access to places where people normally deny access, just like any club, there are people that will stand in lines and there are people that will go right to the front.
Right in. Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's no different in politics. It's no different in life. There are people that can go out and campaign all day long and they do it for a nice shiny pen. And then there are people that are paying $40,000 a plate, literally talking, breathing, smelling Nancy Pelosi. And so it's all about access. And if any culture has access, they get the spoils that come along with said access.
They do.
Not skin, not religion, not any of that other stuff. And that's universal. Regardless if you live in a country that is communist, capitalist, democratic, a socialist, whatever the case may be, there will always be haves and have not. The caste system is only hiding. It hasn't gone anywhere.
Absolutely. Anybody else got anything else on this before I move on? All right. Okay, before we bid y'all adieu, I want to play a video, and I want to apologize before I play it because Big Smooth, I'm sorry, man. AJ, I'm sorry. B Nizzle, I'm so sorry. Mrs. Harris. Yeah, that's why I apologize first. Because sometimes it's like, do y'all really know what we doing out here? Do y'all know how our negligence and ignorance and the rest of the perfect storm just creates hopelessness? Because we can keep having these conversations forever and ever. When China and Russia and everybody do what they do, we hope the people that are still alive know how to cultivate seeds and know how to get the matches and the fire started and all the shit we talk about. But once these bombs start throwing, you first gotta hope that you stay alive,
that you make it through it.
And the reason I played it is because y'all notice how he was saying, like, yo, let's put another spin on this. People about to start their weekend. Me talking like that, like, let's go ahead and attack this from a different way. So how do we reverse it? There's no reverse. So what do y'all think about that? Y'all think that was typical American prophecy, or that was just a movie? Let's go with B9 first. B Nizzle, what you got, man?
I love Hollywood and I love the media because they put it on 1,000. They add that extra pepper and spice to make it a code 10 situation, or DEFCON 9 or whatever. But the reality of it is that what y'all just witnessed happens every day. I wish that Kevin Samuels was still alive so he could show that clip on his platform, because it's so relevant to what he was telling all of these Black women. They think in their 50s, in their 60s, and in their 40s, and this, that they're going to get this second chance. And the answer is yes, 20 years ago.
Yep.
Yes.
How do I dial it back, B9?
Take your knowledge now, create a time machine, get the flux capacitor, and it will all work out. It will all work out. But just like that guy that was interviewing him, he wanted some sense of TSA hope, some sense that somebody's going to regulate. My government is going to regulate this organization and regulate my problem, where when I die alone, some way, somehow, even though I didn't get a living trust, some way, somehow, my children are going to get the house that I left for them. But over and over again, we see a for sale sign in that house versus seeing little Junior move in.
Yep.
Over and over again, this same shit happens. But you put it in Hollywood's hand, and Hollywood say, we got to put steroids in this story, and we got to make it about the world and the this and the that. But we all live in our own world. So this shit is happening in our own ecosystem every motherfucking day. And then we don't get why we so angry. Why are you mad? Why are you talking to the police like that? Why are you going through? You know it's not going to end well. You know you shouldn't be doing this. You know you shouldn't be doing that. But that's the effect, that's the aftermath of going through all of this bullshit, of not having your own legacy, of not doing things the proper way, because there's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. So look, B9, you talking too much. I'm sorry, B9. Just shut the fuck up, B9. I'm sorry.
Cook, brother. Cook, B9. Cook, buddy.
And that's where those apologies come from. Because the apology really means, please shut the fuck up. The apology really means I've had enough. I can't take anymore. White flag. But give me a week or a month. You'll see the same fucking behavior again.
Yeah.
Because that apology really meant shut the fuck up. Not I'm sorry or I'm going to atone for my behavior.
What you got, AJ?
I agree with what you saying.
Me too. Me too. Big Smooth. What you think?
Yeah, B9 covered it. Yeah,
B9 cooked. He cooked.
Couldn't have said it better. Yeah.
We all here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, man. This was a dope show, yo. I think that just to give my final thoughts and then I get to everybody else, I think that an apology is a powerful tool, but it has to be like, you know, the force. You got to use it for good. It's not going to work if it's not organic. It's not going to work if there's no actions behind it. And it's not going to work if the person don't receive it in the way that they feel confident in your apology. So, you know, I think you should own it, like the gentleman said earlier, and hopefully they'll accept your apology and you guys can move forward in a positive fashion. But I think it's something that we all should humble ourselves and be able to apologize. You do something wrong, you should absolutely be able to own it and, you know, make it right, because they deserve that. And that's what I got. What you got, Mrs. Harris?
I'm right along with you.
Okay. Let's go with Big Smooth. You got any final thoughts on apologies before we get out of here? Big Smooth.
No, I don't really have anything to add. I just think that it's not enough apologizing. It's not enough self-reflecting. It's not enough healing. Generational trauma is real, especially within our community. You know, we are enslaved in our minds more than any other community, and yet we are the least likely to get actual help, go to therapy, admit that there's something wrong, even though we all know that there's something wrong. Just we all don't want us to get help. You know, after that help, then that's when the apology starts. That's when we realize what we're actually sorry for. That's when we realize all the wrong, all the hate, all the anger that we spilled onto our loved ones, the people that we care about, the people around us, the people who were just doing their jobs, the people we interact with on a day-to-day basis that are just walking by, that have no idea what you're going through. You know, all the lashing out that we've done to one another, you know, all those things we feel sorry, we start to apologize for. We do that actually in-depth self-reflection that we never got to do before because we just couldn't get through the blockades of that emotional trauma in the past. And so that's key.
No doubt. That was dope. Well said. Yeah, I think it definitely shows growth, and I think it's necessary in order to get to that place to apologize. You got to do some reflecting. You got to do some growing yourself. So definitely says a lot. AJ, final thoughts, brother?
You summed that up pretty good, man. I ain't got nothing else to say about apologies. I mean, actually, like I said before, actions speak louder than words. Consistency is better than everything. So that's basically all it is.
No doubt. No doubt. Well, we want to thank everybody for checking us out. Y'all can check AJ out all week, depending on where you at and where you want to go. On Mondays, he is at
I'm at Hood Fellas on Mondays. That's on 7 North Calvert Street. And on Tuesdays, I'm at Eye Candy. And it's my birthday in 2 weeks. So y'all better come.
Well, y'all know what that means.
2 weeks on a Tuesday.
Gonna be acting up.
2 weeks. My birthday on the 17th, but we turning up on the 16th.
And
we're bringing in my birthday nice.
No doubt. And don't forget your company, #1 in Baltimore, Maryland. Let's go.
You know, and MBK Moving and Hauling, my guy. #1 moving company in Baltimore, PA, and Delaware.
Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to you. Thank you for coming through, man. And
I always appreciate y'all, man.
Likewise. Mrs. Harris will be up on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Me and Red will be on tomorrow, 11:30. Come join us for brunch.
That's
We're
what's
gonna
up.
be talking about some stuff. So
That's what's
pull
up.
up Sunday. You got your barbershop part on
Yeah,
Saturday.
I'm out here on Saturday. Y'all know what it is. I'm going in Saturday. Fellas, come through, get it trimmed. Pause. Pause.
James
But we here.
Sundays is going down.
He said, she said, Love and Abundance every Thursday. Everybody have a great week.
So appreciate you.
And do something good for somebody that's not you, because that's when real character shines through. Real shit. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit this outro, and we gone, man.